on, girl, let's scream.
I am a god.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. This is the part where you run.
Come on, scream.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Scream, a podcast where we dive into our favorite horror movies. I'm Parker.
And I'm Stevie.
And today we are looking at 1983's Sleepaway Camp, directed by Robert Hiltzik.
Join us as we journey to Camp Arawak and learn all about why Angela is so fucked up.
Why are you so fucked up, Angela? Girl, are you ready to scream?
Come on, girl. Let's scream.
So today we are joined by two very special guests. They're dear friends of mine that go back years and years. And they are the Barillo sisters, Maddy and Suzanne. Welcome.
Huh? Who are you? Oh, Suzanne.
Yes. And you are?
Natty.
Maddy. There we go.
I was about to be like Angela.
Angela.
And I'm Judy.
And I'm Judy.
And I'm Aunt Martha. That's exactly it.
Wait, that's who
Double two.
I want to be Aunt Martha.
Just want to.
So, Maddy, we became friends at summer camp.
Correct.
Amazing.
I literally wrote in my notes, this is so relatable to me.
Yes. And we were camp counselors.
Was this the YMCA camp you always worked at?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it was. And we literally sat and told the children scary stories so we got in trouble.
Yeah.
We got
Maddy
yelled
can
at.
tell a good movie plot.
I
So
love
I've wanted
movie
Maddy on this show
On the pod.
since
Period.
the fucking get-go. And we have all kinds of camp stories. I'm sure we will get into it.
Oh.
The campers did not, for some reason, know that I was gay, even though it was abundantly obvious. And we went with
It's
it,
all right.
and we were married.
We told them we were married, and actually our anniversary passed the other day, and I did think of you on the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, 4th of July. That's right.
American
No,
holiday.
I have a picture on my phone that's our marriage portrait.
Portrait.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
At our then friend
Guys,
Alex's
congrats.
house, where Parker has their hand on my shoulder, like a beautiful,
Guys,
beautiful
I
proposal.
apologize. I
I
didn't
love
know.
that. That's so
Yeah.
amazing.
Years of
Congrats.
marriage,
10
10 years strong.
Yeah, I was about to say 10-year
Thank
anniversary.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank
you so much.
so
This
much.
is our 10th anniversary.
Well, I also met you that year, Suzanne.
I was there. I was just there vibing.
And Suzanne is like the funniest bitch.
Oh my god.
One of the most loyal fucking
It's all
bitches.
the depression. That's it. It's all the depression.
One of my
it's a good
favorite
time.
memories of Suzanne is her coming with me and helping me get my oil change.
That was such a good bonding experience.
And we were like, let's chew gum and do voices, so we'll intimidate
Oh my
them.
god, and the guy, when we were there, we were like also doing like an AutoZone mission because, was it your brake light
My
was
break,
out?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, I'm not gonna do this for you, and then he ended up like completely replacing it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, we're gonna come back here all the time. And he goes, okay, as long as you don't stalk me. I've had a stalker
I had
before.
a stalker.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
This man was literally, he was missing a
He was
tooth.
trauma dumping on you?
Like, he was looking like humanoid Mater. Like, for real.
Literally.
And then he was just talking to us about a stalker and be like, that's so cool. Let's smack our gum and walk away.
Yeah, we were like, sounds good. They're like voices. Or I
Sorry
think
about
at
your
one point we were
stalker totes.
country. Like,
We were
at one point
country.
it was no longer the
Yeah, and we just were like
original
vocal stimming for the rest of the day of just being country. And we were like, we don't do that in our land.
Yeah, literally. We were X characters. We were characters from the X
We were
movies.
X characters. And
So-
I have no regrets.
Me neither. So that's how I know both of you guys, and I'm so excited to have you. Two of my absolute favorite people.
Oh my god.
And
I'm honored to be here.
Slay.
this movie is one of my favorite horror movies.
It's
so
literally
good.
perfect to me.
It is so good.
One of the reasons why we became friends is because I remember being like, you've seen Sleepaway Camp? Because you said, eat shit and live.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
One time.
Period.
And I was like, you've seen Sleepaway Camp too? Oh my god. Ricky. Ricky says that.
I love Ricky.
I love Ricky too.
Cowboy hat Ricky?
Remember his cowboy hat?
I can't wait to discuss the cowboy hat. That's
Oh,
for later.
we
We're
will
getting
get
there.
there.
Oh
We will
my
get
God.
there.
We're getting there.
So, first of all, we like to give a little intro to the movie, of course, we'd like to give a little history.
Yes.
And I have some fun facts here. So this movie is very notorious. It's a weird movie. It's divisive. People think it's the most problematic movie that they've ever seen, which it is.
Fair.
Fair.
There is some
Themes.
themes and
There's some
languages that didn't age
That
well.
didn't age well.
Yeah.
Talk about.
But keep in mind it was the 80s.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's
But-
very of the time.
And we will get
But-
into that all in our plot
All in due
summary.
time.
Yeah.
In due time.
But this movie has been in recent history, in like from like the 90s, 2000s, and on. This movie has gained a cult classic. It's one of the biggest cult movies. People reclaim this movie. The LGBTQA plus community has kind of reclaimed this movie.
She belongs to us now.
She kind of belongs to us now.
She belongs to
She's
us now.
our property.
Period.
And we'll get into why that all is. But I just want to talk about the history of how this movie was like
How it came
How
to
it came
be.
to
conceptualized.
Yay.
Because it's just such a weird story. So, and I think it's just derpy and dumb, just like this
It's
movie.
amazing though.
So, the man's name,
The
Man.
is Robert Hiltzik.
King.
Okay. He graduated film school
Okay.
and was like, well, I want to make a movie.
As one does when
As
they've graduated film school.
One does.
Period.
And I guess his mom, which the mom gets shouted out at the beginning. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away.
She does get shouted out, you're right.
But we'll get to that, like, very first title card that we get. But his mom passed away
R.I.P.
and left him with an inheritance.
Ah.
And he said, I'm going to make a movie.
Period.
That's so iconic.
Yeah.
Wait. He said, I know what I'm
And
doing with this.
the actors are up and coming
Indeed.
actors from a local talent agency. I think this is all based in like Jersey, New Jersey area. I think that's where it was shot.
Slay.
And so it's all locals
Locals only.
who are trying to, get
This
their
is
big
local
break.
business.
It's a
This is local
ragtag group of
business.
kids.
We're
ragtag
supporting
group
local
of kids.
businesses.
And yeah, we'll sort of talk more about the director's intention as we get further into the plot, mainly regarding the twist, some of the themes of this movie that maybe were intended, most likely were not intended.
I was gonna say, she grew in. She grew into her message.
She
Oh my
grew
God.
into her
It's
message.
like bangs. You just like
You gotta let them grow in.
So
Yeah.
this is the
So-
bangs of the 80s.
It's the bangs of the 80s. And I've always said that.
And I've always
I've
said that. I
always
have
said
always
Senior
said
quote.
that.
So-
And you can ask anyone.
And you can ask anyone.
Absolutely.
You can ask anybody.
So, yeah. We got Sleepaway Camp out of that whole situation.
And honestly,
That's how
we
it
thank the
happened.
Lord for that.
Period.
I guess what I'll say about his intentions were he didn't really have any and kind of just wanted to shock at the time.
Indeed.
That was the intent.
That he did.
And he did, yeah.
And this movie has a crazy twist, which we will have to discuss and get into. But
Period.
before we dive into the meat of this movie, what are our initial opinions? We can go around. Stevie?
I like this movie. I like Sleepaway Camp 2 more.
Well, Sleepaway
Speak your
Camp
truth.
2 famously is your favorite scary movie.
Ooh.
I love that movie.
Out of all of them,
It's my. I just love it so much.
It is
I
just
get
so
it.
funny.
it's
And
that
I get it.
girl.
the fact that
She's
you let
that
me
girl.
be here for this, thank you so much.
It's just like Sleepaway Camp 2 is my absolute favorite movie. It's so stupid.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's just so perfect.
It is.
I like this one. I think this one is definitely more horror aspects.
Mhm.
But no, I like it overall. Like there's aspects that I really like. I think it's a really good. Listen, after you said it's local, I'm like, oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
when you said I was
Some
like,
of the
that makes
acting in
sense.
this is like, what is going? I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Who is this
The
person? Like, what-
choices
the
made.
choices
Yeah.
Period.
are choices, but it like leans into that campiness of this. No pun intended for it being a camp.
Oh
movie.
my god.
like this one like is unintentionally like this one is like very similar to Slumber Party Massacre. Well, no, it's not, because Slumber Party Massacre was like, which we did last week,
Right.
was
Written as a parody.
written as a parody but filmed very serious with the same script.
Yeah. Go listen to
Whereas
that
this one
episode
is
last
like-
week.
It's very serious. It's shot very serious, but just some of the acting makes it so campy.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
so real.
Yeah.
It's just a really good time.
I love this movie not in spite of its flaws.
Oh.
I love it because
Because
of its
of its
flaws.
flaws.
Beautiful.
honestly.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think if
Yeah.
this one didn't have its flaws, it'd just be like a kind of like, okay.
You know what?
It'd be like a movie.
Like, because the twist, here's the thing, when I'm rewatching it, I'm like, the twist is still just kind of like, oh. It doesn't really
And it
add
had to
anything to the
walk.
story.
Yeah.
So Sleepaway Camp 2 could run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
love Sleepaway
And
Camp
that's
2
the-
for what it is and not what it isn't. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
the opposite.
Every
Yeah.
house needs a foundation.
Well, Sleepaway Camp 2 is so intentional, too.
Oh,
Right.
every
It
part
is.
of it.
They
No,
mean it.
and we'll talk. We're gonna obviously
We'll
do
talk
that
about it next week.
next,
Yeah.
and I will be
We'll-
so
we'll-
excited.
we'll put a
so
pin in it.
we'll put a pin in that one. I love them both equally. They are both my
That's beautiful.
weird, ugly children. Only I could
love
love.
them. My boy and my girl.
Yeah.
But this one is a good time. I do think it's fun. I like the story.
Yes.
Agreed.
I like
The ant.
the characters. I think all the characters are fun
Yeah.
in it. I like the relationships between some of the characters, which we'll get into.
Period.
So. Yeah, I think it's a fun one.
Maddie and Suzanne.
I'm obsessed with this movie. I love that it didn't mean to be camp and is the campiest thing I've ever
Oh my
watched
God,
in my
that
life.
is such a pun.
It's so it's perfect to me. It's so
Yeah.
perfect to me because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is a really dumb
It
movie.
takes itself so deadly serious.
That's what
Yes.
I love.
Yeah.
They take it so seriously. And that's my favorite thing, is something that is taken very seriously because you love it. And also becomes a parody of itself because you love it.
I
Yeah.
think that's why, if I had to pick one,
Oh my. The Let's Scream scoop.
I know. I
Sorry.
think I might lean more towards this movie.
It's so earnest.
because of the earnesty.
It's so
yeah.
earnest.
It
It's like
speaks its
we are a
truth.
horror movie. We are making a blockbuster horror movie with $300,000 in a
Yeah.
camp in New Jersey.
And a dream.
Yeah.
And a dream.
it
And a
is.
dream. In honor of my mother, is what he
Yeah,
said.
mother. Thank you.
MUTHA.
And I just am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with everybody's insane choices in acting this. Some people are acting like this is a documentary, and they're like at one point they just go through all the rules of capture the flag. The whole
We'll get
rule
there.
set.
We will get there.
Okay, great.
We will get there.
And then
There's
there's
some scenes
Oh
that it's
my
like,
Okay, you know what?
what's going
Sure.
on?
Yeah.
what is this here for? And then there's some people who are doing their Shakespearean character acting.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, you
And
get
I
a little
love-
bit of everything.
You get a little bit of everything. I want an everything bagel of a movie.
Thank you. Everything Bagel movie. And I think
beautiful.
that, like, the best kind of camp, I've talked about it on this pod, is unintentional camp.
Correct.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Suzanne, what's your history with this movie?
I'm so glad you asked. As previously stated, I was like on my Drag Race grind, and I like when I like get obsessed with something, I like watch the interviews. I don't
She
know
commits.
if that's I like commit
Mm.
so hard. So I believe it was like after season 7, they were like doing little cameos of all the winners, and so Sharon Needles said that Sleepaway Camp 2 is one of her favorite movies.
Mhm.
And so then I wanted to watch all of them, ended up watching Sleepaway Camp, and loved it. It definitely is my favorite, only because they feel like two different movies that are like they're cousins. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I
don't
mean?
feel like siblings.
I
Well,
love
They do
that.
feel
And
like
it's a different
cousins.
actress.
They're
It's
related.
completely different.
I mean,
It's a different
Angela in Sleepaway Camp 2, I don't even know if I really consider her this Angela.
No, yeah,
She's
that's what I mean.
completely
No, it's
They're
like a
parallels
completely
for
different
sure.
character.
It's like
But it's
alt
like-
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And
But
I
I
love
love her so much.
I know.
I love her
Well,
so
I love
much.
both Angelas, both alike in dignity. I love them both
I agree.
separately.
Yeah.
And like, oh my god, I feel so bad we're talking about Sleepaway Camp 2 so much. We'll go back to one. Our
It's-
number one
no,
Angela.
it's so good.
We're gonna give one her flowers. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Yeah.
Comparison.
Yeah.
I just love how
But a
we're
lot-
working with the minimum. And
Yeah,
I
mean,
slay.
it's fair to say that you started with like Sleepaway Camp 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's valid.
Yeah.
And like,
Because I'm pretty sure I saw
Slay.
Sleepaway Camp 2 first.
and what were your thoughts? And when you watched the first one after the second one?
I mean, I was like, oh, this one's more like serious.
Got
You're like,
it.
oh, I get how
Yeah.
this started.
But this one's also lower budget somehow.
Mhm.
Somehow. Somehow they lowered
Oh,
the budget.
we'll get into it.
I
Okay, well, I think then we're all kind of almost on a similar consensus then, is that this movie is rad
Yes,
and
correct.
has so many great quirks about it. So I'm ready to get into it.
Let's go.
All right, girls. Are you ready to scream?
Let's
scream.
Yes. And we start right away with a tile card that says, "In loving memory of Mom, a doer."
A doer.
That came up and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
She
Now
was
we know.
a doer.
Thanks for the money, mommy.
Thanks for the money, Mommy. That's what
Shout
it
out.
You sure did it, you doer.
But right away, I'm
She's
like,
a doer.
A doer? Okay. Not, you wouldn't say like a go-getter or like
Yeah.
A dreamer.
A dreamer.
A
A
doer.
A doer.
She does.
Doer.
She
I barely
does.
know her.
She does.
And right off
If
the
something
bat,
needs doing,
She does.
she's there.
Mom is there.
to do.
She's already there.
and right off the bat, the score's going crazy.
This
It
movie.
pops off immediately. And there's no music in between, just the horns. It's like
Yeah.
dead
And it's
silence.
Dead
supposed to
silence.
be like setting a beautiful scene.
Yeah, we're getting B-roll and the beautiful
Exactly.
trees.
Camp and the
And
lake.
it's like you look no right away. No, this is scary.
Yes.
We're
scared.
scared.
Yeah, this is
Don't
scary
even play
movie.
games with me right now. This is serious.
We're fucking scared.
This
Okay.
is Sleepaway Camp.
Period.
And there's a sign that says Camp Arawak, and it says for sale. To suggest maybe something has happened.
Oh
But what? We flash back.
Let's fucking go.
We go to the past, and we see Peter and Angela. They are young kids, maybe, I don't know how old, like 7?
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
6. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Well, it goes 8
Thick
years.
Jersey accents.
Heavy.
You lawyer.
The dad is, you
I was-
little schemers.
You little schemers.
I'm assuming they're like 5 or 6.
5
They
or
are
6.
kind of small.
Yeah, that
They're
feels right.
smallish.
Because like
yes.
we'll get into it because when they go to camp, like everyone's kind of going through. Some of the kids are
Yeah.
going through puberty.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
and that's
like,
actually a plot point.
They'd be around
A
like
couple
13,
times.
14 then.
Okay, yes. So
Ooh,
we'll
not
say
bad.
there's about 6.
I was good at math.
Their dad, they're out on a boat with their dad.
Obvi.
It's like a little, I don't know, pontoon.
Why is their
What
dad
would you call-
kind of...
A
No,
canoe?
my literally next, no, is that Zaddy.
No, why is
Like,
that?
yeah.
Why is it
Next
kind of
point.
like...
Why is he so gorgeous?
No, he's
I'm
beautiful.
happy that you guys feel that way.
Him and his super hairy chest, laying on
Can't
that
relate. Can't
Yeah, that's like so fun for
boat.
you.
Parker, don't let her talk to you like that.
I mean, we all have different tastes, but I taste a man. You know
Ooh,
what I
my
mean?
taste is a
Okay,
man.
I'm back on board.
I need a
Of
man.
this boat.
I'm back on the boat.
And the little kids, yeah, they're arguing with each other, and then one of them goes, "Aunt Martha's coming," and I love the way, "Aunt Martha's coming." We get this teen couple on a ski boat, and the girl that they're taking along is literally like coked out.
She
Oh my god, I'm so scared! You guys, I hate this! Like crying.
perfectly water skiing though.
Oh, she's doing
Perfectly
great,
water
but
skiing.
she's just like in hysterics, like,
Screaming.
get me off of this! And we get this other sexy man come out on the dock.
Indeed. Tall.
Tall, dark and handsome.
Slender.
All dark and
Yes.
hit slender.
Hairy chest. And there's a lot of hairy chests in this movie.
There are, and
It's the
and honestly,
80s.
respect
love
thank
it.
God for that. Yes, thank
we
you.
love it. And we
Thank
love
God
it.
for that.
And the girl
Mhm.
convinces the guy to let her drive.
Yes, she does.
Ooh.
And guess what happens?
You better tell us.
Well, the kids aren't really paying attention, and they are messing around with the dad. They tip the boat over to kind of fuck with him.
Little schemers.
You little schemers.
You little schemers!
They were scheming.
Sure.
And the girl on the like ski thing notices, and she's like, "There's a boat! Oh my god! Take the boat! The people!
And then, like, here's the thing. I am nitpicking. She takes a hand off. She's like, I'm so scared. Takes a hand off the water ski. Perfectly water ski. Points at the boat.
No, she's killing. She's good at water
No,
skiing.
she's
She just
amazing.
doesn't
Okay,
want
She
yeah.
to.
just hates it.
And
I
then-
love that.
Then like the guy takes over.
Yeah, and
He
accidentally.
puts it into speed.
Oh my god.
Please.
Turbo mode.
Oh.
And they run over John and one of the kids. And the guy on the dock goes, "John."
And then
Oh
the
my God.
girl from
Oh
the
my God.
water ski.
Oh my god! Help the people! All the people!
moment.
She is
She
at
took her moment.
literally a 10.
She's at a 12.
She's at a 12.
Girl.
She's at a
I
20.
love her.
And we see like John's body floating in the lake, and then we see a life vest.
Yes.
Yeah, just bobbing up and down in the water.
And one of the kids is alive,
But we don't know.
facing
Like
away from
literally
us.
out to sea.
Yeah.
Alone.
We cut to 8 years later. We meet modern day Angela, who's like 13. You said
Yeah,
12 or 13.
she's pubescent.
Her
So
cousin.
we assume the girl survived.
Right.
Yeah.
Her cousin Ricky.
Shout out.
We love Ricky.
We
love
love Ricky.
We'll get into Ricky.
Get into Ricky.
But we really meet their Aunt Martha.
What do you mean? That's the star of this
Fucking go.
movie. And
Who-
Martha.
Is in a different film.
She's in a different universe.
She's in a different universe.
Honestly, if we had a cameo of Aunt Martha in the other sleepaway camps,
I would have.
Oh, they'd be perfect
at the
movies.
mouth.
sign
Yeah.
me up.
She's the best. Her and another character we'll get to is
We'll get there.
my favorite parts of this movie.
Oh.
But
She's so...
she's cuckoo cuckoo.
Parker,
She's cuckoo
can you
cuckoo.
do like an impression of how she...
That's the best
Or can
question.
somebody do an impression of how she delivers
Absolutely.
every fucking line?
So I wrote it down, and I am proud to give you guys
Please
a dramatic
do.
interpretation.
Please do.
Hurry, sweeties! We don't want to be late for the bus. Oh goodness, no! Oh, that wouldn't do at all. And she kind of like zones out, and like
She,
she's
like,
But
makes
almost
it
she's always... She has this cunt red nails.
No, they're
Red
so
nails.
iconic.
Yeah, we
But
can
she's
talk
always
about
like
the look.
tapping her face.
The beret.
She has
Okay,
like a
I
beret.
literally have written down the lips, the nails, the hair, the hat, the scarf around her neck. She's making it aside like she's in a play and
Hey.
she's talking to the audience.
Oh, that would
And her
certainly
capri
wouldn't do.
shorts.
Oh my god, and she's in those shorts too.
She's in those,
that won't
like,
do it
balloon
all.
pants.
I
Good,
love
this would be
it.
a good Halloween costume. honestly.
No.
Actually, wait.
Yeah, right.
Parker,
Oh, I
wait.
will be Aunt Martha for Halloween.
Period.
That's so great. Wait.
Richard, Angela. Oh, there you are. Look what I did. I packed you and your cousin some goodies for the ride up to camp. Wasn't that nice of me?
Any chips?
Why, of course. I believe there's a whole bag.
I'm almost sure.
I'm almost sure of it. Angela, isn't there anything special my little girl would care for? Ricky goes, we gotta go, Mom. It's getting late. Oh, well, of course you do, dear. We wouldn't want them to leave without us, now would we? No? No, I'm afraid that wouldn't do. Come, children, let's be on our way. Oh. And she, like,
She
takes a
puts up-
cunty pause.
I was gonna say she takes the cuntiest little finger and
The
puts it on her
millennial
chin with her beautiful red nails.
And Ricky goes, now what? And she goes, I believe I've forgotten something. Oh, what can it be? Oh, I remember what it is. I knew I wouldn't forget. I just kept reminding myself. In fact, I tied a string around my finger.
And she
What the
she pulls up a perfectly manicured hand with the
Yeah.
raggedy, like the stupid. It's like,
Like
you pulled it from a
thread.
blanket of
Yeah.
thread around her finger. That wasn't. I
See?
don't think was there before because
It's
we've seen her
kind
hands
of
so
wild.
many times.
It's kind of wild. I need to
Crazy.
go back and watch.
Yeah,
and see if you do see it before.
I
that.
want to check now, yeah.
I need to know.
And she goes, you never can be too careful. We get another cunty pause. This bitch keeps zoning
this is,
out.
This is a perfect rendition. I'm actually
She's
really
wild.
impressed.
She goes, and Ricky goes, well, what is it already? And she goes, oh, just a moment. I'll be right back. And she brings back, like, physical forms, like, from the
Yes.
doctor. And she goes, here they are, all filled out and signed by yours truly. Wasn't that nice of me? What are they? Why, they're your physicals, of course. We can't go to camp without our physicals, now can we? Just be careful to not tell anyone how you got them. Oh, no. I'm afraid they wouldn't approve that at all. Even though they know I am a doctor.
It's
Bitch, what the fuck
What
are
are
you
you
talking
talking
about?
So she's a doctor?
no,
You're a
literally the
doctor?
exposition execution in this scene is crazy.
She's a doctor in cuntology.
She is. She got her motherate degree.
Yes, at the University of Servington.
Yeah, she got her motherate degree in cuntology from the University
Located in
of
Hoboken, New
Servington.
Jersey.
Hoboken, New Jersey.
And Ricky goes, "No matter what they do, Mom, I'll never tell." "Oh, you're such a dear. Well, run along now. So long, Mom. Goodbye, my angel. Take care of my little girl, Richard. Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, dear." Crazy.
She is
Crazy. Thank you. I'll edit in the Disney Channel, like. Thank
There's a
you.
point I need you to edit that in later too. I'll point it out.
Okay.
another Disney Channel. Woo!
There's one where it's like when it's like a guest star, or it's like they did it. That's what it's like later.
Yeah.
Last.
They did
goes,
it.
Yeah, the guest star one, yeah. So they go to camp.
Slay.
This camp has like a huge range of ages.
It does.
Because when we were camp counselors, the ages
They
were
split
split
it.
up.
Yeah, we were 8 to 12. We were 8 to 12 divas.
We could not do the younger kids.
I love younger
This
kids.
is like teenagers even.
Yeah.
It goes up to
Yeah,
like
the
18.
teens.
You have like 6-year-olds and 18-year-olds.
I mean, not to spoil anything, but the counselor in the girls' camp is one of the campers.
That's what I was thinking
friends.
too.
They're totally chummy with each other.
They're buds.
Camaraderie
Yeah.
amongst
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
The hierarchy of this camp is very complicated.
And,
Very
then also
interesting.
the age of the counselors varies wildly, which I do need to discuss with you guys.
Yeah,
in
some
a
are
moment.
adults,
Okay.
some are like teenagers.
That's extremely
Yeah.
important to me when we talk about what's his name, Robbie.
Robbie?
That might
Ronnie.
Be Ronnie.
Ronnie.
He's
We'll
about to come
talk
up.
about Ronnie. Right away, though, we meet the cook.
Oh,
Who's the straight up pedophile?
I literally
He
have.
is nasty and disgusting.
Nasty.
He's so bad. I just wrote yuck pedophile.
Yeah.
No, that's the vibe.
There's
literally the vibe.
literally no other way to say it
Boo.
apart from
Big
what
boo.
it
Yeah,
is.
What it
boo.
This is
'Cause
on the
he's-
record right now. Let's Scream does not endorse nor condone pedophilia. And they're
Yes.
all canceled, and we just want to take this moment to go, ew!
Yeah. It's played so yucky.
Which it should.
It
Because
should
he
be.
literally says,
It's so
like,
predatory.
something about, we call them baldies.
Baldies, where I come from.
This
is what he
summer's
says.
fresh chicken.
And then you
Yeah.
get,
Yeah,
and then
they're
you get,
like, and then one of the chefs is like,
who
"Oh
is
my God,
Darth
you're
Vader's
too
dad,
old."
by the way.
To know what
should-
That is
your-
Darth Vader's
yeah.
dad.
What is the quote where it's like they're too young to know what's
What
on
your
your mind
mind,
or whatever.
oh.
And he's like, nothing's too young.
There's
You're
no
just
such
too
thing
old.
as too young.
You're
That's what
just
he
too
says.
old. And it's like,
Ew.
ew.
So right away
ow.
you're like, okay, kill him. Like,
Period.
Thank God this is a horror.
I'm praying on his downfall.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
praying on his downfall.
He's nasty.
He's so yucky. He
And
also has
then,
the scariest blue eyes.
Then we meet Paul, who is one of, what's the brother's name?
Ricky.
Ricky, the cousin's
My
name,
king?
sorry. Ricky. And he's like, wait till you see Judy. Man, oh man, you'll see.
Yeah. Man, oh man.
And we're gonna meet Judy.
You'll see.
Fuck.
Him with his
Judy.
little gap tooth and his little Christian blonde hair just bounce away.
Yeah, that's very Paul.
And
yeah.
guess what? Then we meet Judy.
Oh my god, new Judy unlocked.
Here's the issue: is that our pro tag Angela, our pro tag, I love her. Judy is the star of this
Oh,
film.
Judy eats her.
Oh god.
She
up and down.
eats her up
Judy's
in
amazing.
every scene. They could never.
She
make me
also
hate
makes
you.
acting choices that are so amazing.
Oh, I
She
cannot wait
sounds-
to get into it.
She sounds like she's eating every word that comes out of her mouth.
The most
She always
marbly
gets, like, this
vowels.
look,
Marbly
Where
vowels.
she like leads with like her,
With her
like,
punchy
eye.
eyebrow. and
Her
like,
eyebrow
the-
arch.
She like just
and her
kinda-
jaw.
Parker did text me her eyebrow arch.
Because it needs to be said.
It's kind of like Dr. Evil, but if he didn't put up his hand.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
That's so
That's
Thank
cute.
you.
That's
You're so
the perfect
brave.
description.
It's
For
like
saying the truth.
Her
Cheek
hair.
first.
Her hair.
I would kill
yeah,
her.
she's
for
This
like
this.
leading
girl
with the
hair.
cheekbone.
She's using tail and mane hair of shampoo.
Tail and mane.
She's eating
She
oats.
bought the fucking stock out.
Oh,
Tail
her
and
hair
mane.
is fried.
Oh,
it's very
to
80s.
the back of her knees.
Like literally real life Barbie doll. Like how Barbie doll's hair
No,
gets all
literally, it
nasty.
hits the floor and gets grimy. That's
Yeah.
what Judy is serving, and she's doing it so right.
She looks so good.
And-
And right away we see her talking to the older boy.
And she blows off Ricky.
And yeah, he's like, hey, that's Judy. We went steady last year. Hey, Judy. Hey.
The
grew some
hate
boobs.
she gives him is so diabolical.
And no, he's like, how are you? And she goes, all right.
Oh my god.
And then
Period.
starts talking to the
And
hot
then
guys.
turns her back fully to this man.
She didn't
And
give a
he's
fuck.
like, hello.
Yeah.
Establishing.
Left him high and dry.
Period.
Left him high and dry.
Angela's kind of like, oh, I don't really like her.
Vibe check.
Right.
Did
See, that's
not
what they're
pass.
supposed to make me feel, but I was like,
But how could you not?
Angela!
I know.
You're
And
everything!
Ricky goes up and tries to talk to her again. And she's like, I'm not in the mood, Ricky. Don't you know girls mature before boys? He goes, that's bullshit, you know
We
it.
have to discuss, Parker, that voice we give her is so, like, transatlantic.
Is that
But it kind of is.
I literally have. Why is she transatlantic?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
she's like,
because she
kind of-
is.
She is.
She kind of does.
She's
Talk
giving.
like this.
She's
Oh my
giving
God.
sort of a dame.
She has
Well, and her name is Karen Fields, this actress.
She is everything.
Oh.
Karen Fields is my drag queen.
She's like a dream guest. If this podcast ever blows up and we have like celebrity guests,
You gotta get
Karen
her.
Fields is at the
Period.
top of my list.
You gotta get her and to say her line, which will come up later, and I do need to talk about that is so important to me.
Oh,
Her
yes.
whole Karen.
Which one? She has so
Judas.
many.
That's
Yes,
true.
so many. But anyway, she blows him off again, and I love how he goes, well, excuse me,
Ooh.
bitch.
It's like you wrote my notes. I
Yeah.
just have written, in quotes, well, excuse me, bitch.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
so
'cause
great.
it's that pause in between, well, excuse me, a bitch. Well, excuse me,
Bitch.
bitch.
Oh my god.
Period.
He's great.
He's everything
Yeah,
to me.
Ricky, I love his little, like, coconut head hair.
I know
He's
he's got those
serving
light
full.
eyes. He's
Yeah.
like serving.
He is
No,
serving,
for sure.
and he's
Me
the
in middle
best.
school-
And
would
he
have had such a crush.
sires
Yeah.
from Martha, so he has the cunt in him already.
You're right.
It's built in.
How did such a well-adjusted,
Yeah, I know.
nice child
And come from that.
Come
That
from-
psychopath.
Yeah, that is the real question. That
And
is the real
he
question.
is the voice of reason in this movie somehow.
He's like the
He's-
only normal person.
He's great.
He's
He
true.
is.
He's just at
Dream
camp.
blunt rotation.
I need
Dream
Ricky
blunt
in there.
rotation.
Well,
Bless
bless
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bless you, Angel.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry, let's scream listeners. I have a cold and I'm like fighting through it.
It's okay.
You're God's bravest soldier, honestly.
He gives his bravest soldiers his hardest battles.
You're God's favorite princess, and I need you to know that.
Thank
But we
you.
see Judy, she saunters. She doesn't walk.
No.
Slinks even.
She
slinks. Thank you.
To the cabin with the girls where Angela is sitting on the bed. And we'll get into Angela's right here. So she's
time to
got
investigate.
kind of a mullet haircut.
Yeah.
She got bangs.
She's got bangs.
She has maybe the bangiest bangs.
These
Not
are
really
bangs.
on all
time.
She's
Just
got
as this
bangs.
movie is bangs, Angela is bangs.
Yeah.
And full sideburn.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
They're crispy even.
And they're not. This hair
She's
is
cute.
lush.
She's cute, but she needs a
Yes.
makeover so
a bobby pin on
bad.
either side.
Thank you.
I need
Thank
to
you.
get
I
this
just
girl
want
a bobby pin.
It's a little fried. She needs some conditioner.
She's,
She needs mane and tail.
Thank you. She needs to take pages from Judy. I've always said that. And I've
Exactly.
always
you
said
can ask
that.
anybody.
And so Angela's kind of weird, and she does this thing. This is her thing, where
She
she
stares.
stares very blankly.
She stares so intensely.
And she hasn't said a word this whole movie so far. We haven't
And
really
Judy is
commented on that.
pissed.
Judy's fucking
She's staring at Judy.
Now,
because
to
Why
be
didn't you
fair,
take a picture?
I like how she's Mae West.
That's what she is to me.
she is Mae West though. She's like, why don't you
She's,
take a
um,
picture?
It's like somewhere between Betty Davis and Mae West.
She has
Oh.
like mouth acting too, so like her
Judy.
upper lip is like going to the sky.
Oh.
Like take a
She
picture.
snarls.
She's
She also like her
snarls.
eyes get really wide when she gets angry.
Oh my god, you're
I've never
so
seen
right.
a woman emote like Judy emotes.
I'm telling you,
She's
Karen
emoting,
Fields.
uh,
Where is her?
Everybody Karen Fields.
Where's her EGOT?
Let's
Where's her
fucking-
EGOT?
Where's her EGOT?
Where's her EGOT?
Karen
Why is she not
Fields-
the president of the Oscars?
Thank you.
Of the Academy.
I would vote for her for everything.
I'd vote for her for the
president,
real president.
Thank you.
How did she not win for this role?
Why did they nominate her?
That's what I'm saying. It's a tour de force.
Why don't you take a picture?
Judy.
And
her.
we see in the dining hall.
Oh,
Well, we
first
kind of
met
meet Meg.
We met Meg.
We gotta
we
meet Meg.
don't like Meg. Meg is my
She's
probably
one of the
my
camp
least favorite
counselors.
character.
And that's like
She-
so weird.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not a camp counselor, but like, we'll get into it a little bit later. But like, Angela kind of makes it a little bit easy for everyone.
Okay,
to, like,
I
she doesn't really
really-
do any shit. I feel like if I had a kid like that, okay, I would just tell him, if you really need something, just come find me. Other than that,
We had kids like
I'm
Angela.
1,000. The
I'm
reason
gonna
I
leave you the fuck
started.
alone. It's one less kid to watch over.
1,000%. The reason I started telling movie plots was because there was a kid. First of all, I like to call myself the sit down camp counselor, which means that all of the kids who want to play kickball need to go over there. And if you'd like to sit and play
Sit.
down by the banks, you can come sit with me.
And I've always said that.
And I've always said that.
And that's how we vibe.
And that's how we vibed. We were sitting in
Did
the
you play
shade
down
playing
by
down
the
by the
banks?
banks.
Because I'm also a sit-down hoe.
Correct. And so the
Period.
girly whirlies who didn't want to participate, I was like, well, come over here and I'll tell you the plot holes. I'm going to tell you the plot of Scooby-Doo Spooky Island.
Oh,
Which
and
we
I've
get
always
in
said
trouble
that.
for.
And I've always said
Spooky
that.
Island?
And that's the one
her
we were
name.
trying to find yesterday. We literally, because you know me.
Yes. We
That
love
movie is so hard to
Scooby-Doo.
love
fucking
Mom
find.
Bavarius.
You can't find it
Oh my
anywhere.
god, that's
What?
so beautiful. I have
We
a
couldn't
physical
find
copy
it.
of it. I can bring it here.
I need to have it on Blu-ray.
You do.
I
You
apologize.
have
Yeah.
a PlayStation, you can play Blu-ray. Actually,
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
we
I
need
apologize
to
for
archive
lack
that
of
one.
Blu-ray.
And we will be
It's okay.
covering Scooby-Doo 2002.
I think you can play DVD
Correct.
too.
At some
Okay, so
point.
I'm
I'll
assuming
bring
you can
it.
play Blu-ray.
The
like
fact that I didn't
DVDs.
bring it today, I apologize.
And maybe we'll have you guys as guests
I
for
would
Scooby-Doo.
actually, I would foam at the mouth. But that's how we got started telling like kids plots of movies, is that we had all the sit down kids and we were like, I don't know how to fucking entertain them.
Yeah. And I appreciate Angela for that.
And I appreciate Angela
Yeah.
for being a sit down girly, but she is frightening to me when she's just staring
It's the stare
blankly
for
into
me
my
a
eyes.
little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, I understand why she rubs the kids the wrong way. And Meg, first of all, Meg goes, "My name is Meg, M-E-G," and it's like,
Bitch.
what else would it fucking be?
And
Like,
then
No,
who's the
literally.
other counselor we meet that's like...
I don't remember
nicer?
her name, but I called her the nice girl.
She
Like,
is the nice girl.
She's like the only nice person.
They call
Maybe
her
that's
the
why she's
complaint.
nameless.
They say,
Yeah.
this is the complaint department.
Period.
About that girl. She said, if you have complaints, tell them to her. This is the complaint department.
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm not trying to like be pro Angela, but like this is the first day of camp. Judy's getting naked. Like
No, I'm
Well,
pro Angela.
Yes.
I know. It's like
Well.
Angela's staring at some titties, and I see nothing wrong with that. Like sometimes you just
Yeah.
gotta vibe and stare at your girlies in the cabin.
I think it's perfectly healthy.
Just compare it, girl.
Exactly.
Every morning.
See, she could have said something cunty and be like, well, one of them's bigger than the other, so
Ooh,
I just thought
I
that was
wish.
weird.
Oh my god.
She
I
was
said, "That's
taking
normal.
notes.
That's
She's-
normal."
She needs to learn how to
Gotcha.
read, but she's reading in here.
No,
in her
period.
mind.
Reading is
Fundamental.
Mental. Yes, that's correct.
And I've always said that.
Okay, so then we go to the dining
We go to the
hall.
dining hall, and Meg is already bitching about Angela, saying she hasn't eaten the whole first week at camp, which is concerning. I understand.
Now, I did do that at camp when I was a kid because I had, that's right, anxiety.
undiagnosed gad.
I had undiagnosed GAD, and I was like, if I eat, I'll die. So I just
Hunger
didn't eat anything,
strike.
and I
Yeah,
did have a
hunger
Meg who
strike.
was like, what's wrong?
Yeah. Well, Meg is wild. Like,
Not nearly as bad as
Meg is actually
Meg goes from 0 to 100.
300. I
Yeah.
know.
She's
I don't
raw.
trust
Oh
her.
my god, it's not that deep.
No, I don't trust her at all.
Just leave her alone.
She's got anger issues.
She'll eat.
And she's
She's
on
on a little hunger strike. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Also, like,
If anything, we'll send her home.
T.
no.
Thank you.
I'm not
You should have been a
even
camp counselor.
trying to be
Oh, I
a
feel like I
oh
would've
my
been
god.
No, I'd swear too much. I'd be
Oh,
mean.
we swore.
It happens.
Oh, we
It just
swore.
happens.
I'd be so mean. I'd make them cry.
Oh, we were mean.
You wouldn't like it.
No,
I always said that.
I would
Nail
not like
on
it
the
now. I
head.
like kids. I don't. Sorry.
I love
Hot
kids.
take.
We were mean sometimes. There was one time we were so villainous that we went into the other room and jumped on
I
the party.
I have beef with Keaton's like 3-year-old nephew because he hit me one time
Oh
at
my
Thanksgiving, and I
God.
still have beef about it.
And I'll
Wow,
never
well, he's
forget.
canceled.
He
I'm
hit me.
We're canceling him on
No.
Twitter.
What's his name again?
Hudson.
People.
Catch me outside, Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hudson is
I-
over
I-
party.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
Hudson.
Square up, Hudson.
Hudson listens
So-
to this and is like, what the fuck?
I was just trying to tune into Let's Scream. And
My favorite
Say
My
that.
favorite podcast. They were talking shit about me.
Honestly, I feel so
Saying
attacked.
shit about me.
Okay, sorry. They go. Megan's actually attacking Angela.
And she goes and she's like bitching to Ronnie, who is, we talked about, he's like the head counselor.
This man.
He's the sweetest guy.
He's so nice. He is beefed up and 40 years old.
And
Yeah.
the VPL, the dick is out.
The
legs
I
here.
can see
Ow.
the veins on his
In
shaft.
the cock. On the shaft.
I
no.
can see them.
And I'm
Like,
not
it's
mad,
gross front and
honestly. He
center,
wears
too.
like those little red
the inseam
little,
is 1 inch.
1 inch little like.
Oh my
runner
God.
shorts.
There's lots of little skanky shorts.
Oh,
in this.
I love the 80s.
No, I
Yeah.
love
There's-
the 80s.
There are some crop tops and shorts that will be coming up later that I need
Yeah.
to talk
It's
about.
like,
We'll
we
get
need
there.
to wear that more often.
I literally
Just
have
bring it
that
back.
down.
Oh my god, yes.
Here for that.
Get those thighs
And
out.
bring it back.
And Ronnie is like, "Oh, Angela, I will help you. Let me take you to
The back to the cook, and we'll see if they have
If there's
something back there
anything
for
for
you.
you.
that
The
fuck
chiller.
ass cook."
That fuck ass cook. Do they know? They can't know. Ronnie can't
No.
know he's feeding
It
Angela
was a
predator.
it was a
No.
diff. No, he did not know.
No, he's a king. I like Ronnie.
We like Ronnie, but yeah, this predator, I think his name is Artie, takes this opportunity to get Angela alone in the like fridge and starts unbuckling his pants.
So
He's
luckily,
gonna try
Ricky
to
shows
fuck
up. And, like,
Yes, Ricky
stops
shows up
it.
right at the best time looking for her. He literally slams Ricky into the wall, no chill,
For real.
and threatens him. And they like run away. And the camp owner, this is when we meet
I
Mel.
do have a fun fact, actually.
Yes.
In that scene, when they're slamming him into the wall, the actor had bruises on his back from how hard that man. They did it over and
They
over again.
actually.
They
It was an
really
actual
slammed
thing.
Him. They really
Wow.
slammed him into the wall, and they made him do it over and over and over again.
There is absolutely no reason for that. That's the most
say that.
I heard
unnecessary.
that and I was like, why? Why are you hurting this child?
Anytime Ricky screams, like the octave of his voice, I feel like it
What the
goes-
hell's going on?
It like
really good.
turns into like an auto tune or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's perfect.
And it's always the
It's
same.
one of the first of many Ricky saves,
Oh.
and Ricky diatribes where he just
Definitely.
screams profanity.
Yeah. He's like,
Love
what the
it.
hell? And Mel, yeah, the owner of this camp,
Ugh.
who we hate, is always smoking cigars. He's just this like
He has the biggest,
Sleazeball.
beefiest lips.
sleazeball.
He does have
I-
some juicy lips.
I watched. they're juicy.
Not the
DSLs
DSLs on
He's got
that.
the
He does have some DSLs.
I know.
Wasn't his fillers migrating? Oh no! He looks like he eats a
Girl.
pastrami on rye every single day.
Yes.
He's
Go to your
literally-
plastic surgeon and be like, give me the Mel. Say
me
no
the
more.
Mel.
They're like,
Yes.
say no more.
Get
They
to no
just
more,
start
baby,
over.
and just fucks my shit
Jupiter
up.
up in the face.
Absolutely.
I love
He strolls. He slides in on a grease ball.
He sees them run away and like can tell that like
Some shit's gone down.
that guy was like yeah doing some
Mel
shady.
must know to be like, again?
Yeah.
Another
yeah,
summer of this?
I think Mel does, and he turns a blind eye,
Grimy.
which is disgusting.
Liability.
But his whole thing is publicity,
Yeah.
We'll turn a blind eye.
and we'll get there.
He's a
We'll
clout
be
chaser.
third eye blind. Absolutely.
Absolutely, third eye
And I've
blind.
always
Then
said
we
that.
get a really great scene
Oh yeah.
where the chef is alone cooking in the world's tallest fucking pot.
was this pie?
The pie's taller than I am as a human. He
It
has to
is
get on a
6
chair.
foot tall pot.
comically large, like
He's
broad.
like, is the water boiling? I'm like, when did you start it? 3 weeks ago? How fucking long did it take to boil?
They had, like, I swear they got this custom made for this movie because there's no
Had
way
to
in the
have been.
world they
I was
thought
like,
this
I
thing exists.
get it for like you're cooking for a whole camp, but
Why
I'm
wouldn't
like,
they make it wider?
why
why
don't
is
you
it
just have
so
big
slender?
ones?
Okay,
Like
no,
4 big
like-
ones.
No, I feel the effects of the pot could have been equally as beautiful in a regular stock pot.
Because it's not like it was a giant.
Didn't need to
like,
be so big.
It's not like it was a giant one. It was like the size of like a normal big
It was,
pot,
like,
but just
cylindrical.
tall.
They just made
Yeah.
it tall.
Like the diameter was like
Yeah.
probably still like 12 inches.
I think
Chuck
just
it,
stretch
chucking
the
corn
pot.
cobs up in that
Corn
motherfucker.
No,
cobs.
and there's just like, okay, something else about the kitchen, and then we will move on. There are so many fly strips in the kitchen.
Disgusting.
They're so gross, and there's just like loose corn on the table that they're
Yeah.
throwing into this
Disgusting.
pot. It's so gross.
I hate it. Yeah,
So they're
everything
putting-
about the kitchen.
So I'm with Angela. I would not eat either.
Absolutely
Exactly.
not.
I'm a
Exactly.
hunger strike
Especially
too.
not after being in that kitchen. Are you kidding me?
And he's
Angela
standing
doesn't
up.
need to eat 'cause
No,
she ate.
She already
you.
ate.
Thank
She's
you.
full because she ate.
And he's standing up on like a chair, and he's chucking the corn cobs in.
I'm gonna get a POV of somebody like sneaking around.
I do like the POV killer.
Agreed.
I do
It's
like
classic,
I
and
love-
this is because this movie was a result of Friday the 13th
Yeah.
and Halloween's success.
And you can feel that.
Yeah.
And you can feel that. So they're coming in with the POV shot, sneaking up behind a table, and then he goes, and then they sneak up a little bit further, and then they we see the hands.
Yes, we do.
Grab the chair out, and the guy like topples, and he's holding on, and he's like, "What the hell, man?"
He's like, I'll give you a Sunday.
Yeah, he's like, I'll make you anything you want. I'll make you a Sunday. Don't do this, kid. That's what he says.
But
And the killer pulls the chair, causing him to fall over with the
With the comically large
pot full of the boiling water and pouring it
Bold.
all over him.
And
And
honestly-
he gets burned. And this
honestly,
scene,
applause, you
it
know?
stays on this for this movie loves to stay on the deaths for
screaming.
long second. It's like him screaming for like a good
And his
like
tongue is
15
out.
seconds.
He keeps going.
With his tongue out. You look at his hands. You look at his face. It literally goes for so long, and then it jump cuts to him on the stretcher in like a mummy's amount of wrapping,
Yeah.
still screaming.
The effects look good.
No, they do look good. They
For
look
the
great.
80s, and I did watch a documentary on this movie, and
Stop.
most of it was just showing off how they achieved these
Yeah,
practical
they're
effects.
good.
So I would
a couple of
recommend
my
looking
notes.
that
that's
up.
where the inheritance money really
I think
lies.
this one is liquid
Yes.
latex.
It was filmed on a calculator.
Yes, but the bodies look
But
good.
literally,
The bodies look
we
good.
Yeah.
imported some acrylic and some gelatin for this fucking shot.
And it looks really
So-
good. Like, and I've always said, again,
I've always said
this
this.
is the episode of I've always said that. But practical effects.
Period.
They're
There's
delightful.
another one that's really good later in this.
Oh,
movie.
Yeah.
What they used over, I also watched a documentary on this. I was really excited to be here. Okay, so they used latex. It was latex, like liquid that you use
Yeah.
for makeup, and then they injected air into it so that it would create
Bubbles.
those like bubbles, and that's why they move around when he moves because it's the air moving underneath the latex.
Oh, it's sick.
It's
I
really
speak
good.
My truth, I didn't appreciate it until this moment. Now that I've learned, I apologize profusely.
No, it's okay.
It's we're all
So
learning.
what's his name?
Hey, we're all learning. We're all learning, and we're
this
trying our
together.
best.
But that's one of the reasons why I love this movie so much. I appreciate gore, especially if it's practical.
True.
I also appreciate bad people getting what they deserve.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's
This
so
is where I need
satisfying.
you to insert the like cheering.
Oh,
Him getting killed, like when he got killed. Give it up for
Oh my
the
God.
pedophile getting killed, everybody.
And I've always said I hate a pedophile.
I really have always.
And I've
said
always said that.
And you can quote me on that.
And I've always said that.
You can attribute that to me.
Mel wants to keep this hush hush.
So he offers one guy. He's like, "You're gonna go 15 a week." 'cause
James
you're
Earl
gonna
Jones'
get shot."
dad.
Yeah, Darth Vader's dad.
He said, Darth Vader's dad, here's $15. Don't tell anybody about this.
And they're like, okay. Like,
This
And
is
then the
15,
rest of them,
1980s.
he's like, "The rest of you, y'all get 15
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
week." So
hush
Period.
hush.
Don't say anything. And they're like, got it, boss.
they're like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
They're like,
Anything
"We
to
didn't like
say.
him anyway." So
We hate that pedophile.
Yeah, he's like, I always thought there was a devil in him anyway.
Ooh.
Which, like, yeah.
True change.
yeah, he's fucking nasty.
The next day, the boys prank Mozart. They do mind over matter.
They do mind over matter.
Mozart is like the nerdy kid with glasses, and he's like laying down, and Ricky and all the boys are like doing this like camp ritual, you know, like what you
Hazing.
do. Hey,
They're
it's a
hazing
hazing thing. But Mozart like does the push up, and he pushes up right into Paul's bare ass.
It makes
yes.
the funniest noise. Like,
It literally
It is, yeah.
it is
Yeah.
the most, like, it's like the butt slap heard around the world.
The
It's like
butt
dead
slap
silent.
heard around the world.
I like burst. I was like, first of all, leave this poor man alone.
I know, he goes, you guys are gross.
But
It was very, that's literally what the girl says right in front of my salad. When she's like, right in front of my salad?
That's literally how
You guys
he
are
was.
gross.
You guys are gross.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was so stupid, but I did love it.
We get our introduction to Gino, who is crop top,
Okay.
Oh,
hairy,
my
furry,
God.
Here.
Nipples
beefy
out crop
daddy.
top, not like a belly
Yeah.
button. I can see
If
this.
he lifts his arms, we're seeing titty.
titty.
Oh yeah, for free, and
Yeah.
and short shorts that are
Up to the
borderline
ass
criminal.
crack. Yes,
I
yes.
love it.
So good. And we get the most incredible scene where we watch them play baseball for literally 10 minutes.
Why is it so long?
So random.
2 fades to let you know time.
And you're like, oh, we're done. Oh, now they're playing
There's
baseball some more.
But,
Okay.
and you think it's gonna lead to something, it really doesn't.
It has
No.
no bearing.
It literally,
No.
it is never referenced
The
again.
only thing that it does is that the older boys are mean. That's the only thing
It
you
sets up
learn.
the older boys
It
boys being
does also
douchebags.
give us the line of a
And
lifetime.
It's just like you said last week when they had the volleyball scene in Slumber
Slumber
Massacre.
Party, yeah.
It was so random. It's like,
Just-
we're just watching sports.
We're
That's
just
the
watching a
80s.
baseball
Yeah,
game.
I
to
swear.
We're
I
going to
watched
another
9
game they
innings
play
just
later.
now.
Where
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, they're just playing a game.
And this is what we're
watching.
doing.
Skanky shorts.
But yeah, the thing is
Oh.
the outfits.
In this scene.
Oh, the outfits.
Everything.
Well, because we get
A
introduced
3-course
to
meal.
all these daddies, like, because the older boys are also cute. You've
They
got,
It's because they're 40.
Yeah.
clearly they are 40 years
They're
old.
40 years
literally
old.
All
introduced
adult
by
men.
Burt Reynolds at
Yes,
the time.
exactly.
They
Tom
are
Selleck's
here.
there.
100%. And we get Bill, who is the kind of leader of the pack. He's like blonde guy. He's got the hottest bod, I
He
think.
does, and he's wearing no clothes.
No clothes, and he is super aggro, super
The
toxic
photos of
masculinity.
them, I'm not going to lie. The photos of the guys from this movie went like triple platinum on Tumblr.
Oh,
I love them on
1000%.
Tumblr.
Yeah, which makes sense.
1000%. Actually, you guys remind me later to talk about a photo shoot I saw on Tumblr that went triple platinum for me of this man, and he's sunburnt from a crop top, and he's so
Okay.
he's so delectable.
Anyways.
Sorry, go ahead. Anyways, it's relevant because these men are serving for sure.
Yes,
They are.
And this movie is interesting in this regard because, this is kind of our first hint, I guess, at like the queer aspect, the queer lens that
Yes.
this movie kind of is put
It
through.
gets a little taste on your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives you a sippy.
Because we haven't seen tits.
No,
Not yet.
We haven't seen
the girls aren't scantily clad.
The girls aren't scantily clad.
I mean, they
We
talk
don't-
about Judy for a second, but she's in a high-necked
Yeah.
t-shirt and shorts.
She might as
And a
well be
side
wearing a
pony.
turtleneck.
She
And
might as well be in a
side
frock.
pony.
Because this director, and I talked a little bit about his history at the beginning, but he did not intend for any of this, and that is what is so funny.
Are you serious?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Classic Georgia O'Keeffe.
Thank you. Very
Period.
Georgia
And I've always
O'Keeffe.
said that.
And I've always
And you've
said
all,
that.
and I remember you guys saying that all the time.
All the
You
time.
can quote me on that.
It's interesting just to note that because there's so much, and we'll get into it, but there's
And it feels
so much
So much
So-
homoerotica.
much
I on my
homoeroticism.
first
Thank
viewing
you.
this at this point was the point where I was like, okay, because I feel like I got little hints before, and then this scene I do remember being like, okay, and then I was like, maybe I'm just looking into something,
Yeah.
and then as the movie goes on, I'm like, oh, JK.
No, for
Right. But no, I think that there are moments that I even noticed in this last viewing where I was like, oh, that's
There
also
is-
gay as fuck.
No,
Yeah.
okay, so I
This
watched.
movie is queer.
Yeah.
It really is. I watched the kill count for this also before this.
Okay, shout out to
Shout out to the kill count.
James
Shout out
A.
to Dead Meat.
Dead Meat.
Shout out to
yes.
Dead Meat. I love Dead Meat.
They really inspired like a horror movie. So many people got horror movie podcasts.
No, I
We
love
wouldn't
and I
have-
love
We
them.
Let's Scream would not be what it is without.
Oh my god, James A. Janice, everybody.
We need another.
And
this is-
Chelsea
and
Rebecca.
Chelsea-
And Chelsea Rebecca.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is CEO of her and
She's
Mother.
Chelsea's the one that I love listening to her like
she's
analyze
everything.
movies.
She's
Yeah.
really, really, and she did one episode of the kill count, which we'll talk about on Danganronpa, which is really good. Anyway, so he did an episode and he calls them boy piles. There's like 10 of them, where all of these boys and these teenage boys run up and pile on top of each other, and I
They
was
literally
like,
do though.
the homoeroticism in this moment where they're like
You don't
wrestling
ever
on the
just
ground
pile
together.
on your boys.
Oh, we get into another scene that is gay.
Gay as
There's a lot
Coming
of
up.
she's coming up hot. So there's a lot of those moments that I was like, huh. And the first time I watched it, I was like, huh,
Okay.
are we?
You
No.
and Trisha paid us in the car and you went, oh.
What?
Okay.
Okay. That's me. Literally this whole movie, that's me.
What? Oh. Okay.
We also meet Kenny, Mullet Kid,
Period.
Mullet Kid.
who's really funny,
He's really fun.
and also his friend, Blonde Kid.
That's his
Who
name.
wears like a muscle tank.
Muscle
Doug
Kid.
does. Muscle Tank Blonde Kid.
They're like Beavis and Butthead. They're literally
always like,
Beavis.
They
Kenny.
literally are
Oh my
Beavis and
God.
Butthead.
And Kenny.
Hey, and they have the thickest Jersey accent.
Hey,
And
Kenny,
they
they were
have
smoking joints.
Oh my god, we haven't even talked about the most important part of the baseball scene. We haven't even talked about it.
I was gonna let you do it.
Oh my god, thank God. So
Yeah.
as we're playing 10 full minutes of
Wait,
baseball.
can I be Bill?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get the perfect line where Billy or Bill in this crop top and these tiny shorts screams at Ricky who's about to bat, and he says,
You forgot the other.
"Oh, you're all right, fine." I
If you're
said,
gonna do this,
"These dudes blow dead dogs." Is what he says.
Thank you. Eat shit and die, Ricky.
And he goes, "You shouldn't live, Bill." And that, when I tell you that shot me in the head like a bullet, and it has been in my mind.
I
I'll
know.
tattoo it on me tomorrow.
Well,
I'll tattoo "Eat shit and live" on me today.
On my collar.
No, yes, it rewired my brain.
It literally rewired my brain.
Yeah.
And when I say I have always said that, I mean I have always
That's how we
said
became
that.
friends.
This guy blows dead dogs. Just lay it in there.
Eat shit and die, Ricky!
Eat shit and live, Bill.
This is when we really start rolling out perfect lines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's that's what this movie's known for. It's one-liners.
It's one-liners.
It's
Really
perfect
do.
to me.
The younger kids eat the older kids up.
Yeah,
Period.
no. They ate. They only needed 8 innings.
No,
Give it up for the
literally.
younger kids, everybody.
Especially Ricky. He's so good at baseball.
No, he did that.
And I love how they just keep talking shit on the older kids the whole time.
They do.
They do not hold up on the shit
They didn't
talking.
take their foot off their throat for a second.
No, and I love it.
Who
when,
needs humility?
Nobody. Not us when we're this good at baseball.
Kenny, the mullet kid, is like sitting there, and Ricky's like, "Take the bat off your shoulder."
He is just like he's reading the girlies in the way that they need to be read. That's just so pointed. Like fuck. Like I guess I will.
It's cruel, but
It's cruel, but like if somebody said
so
take the
good.
bat off your shoulder, I'd be like, I'm
Yeah.
a fucking idiot.
Especially
I'm
since it's the younger
stupid.
kids. It's great. And this movie, even though, yes, we have this long, ridiculous scene of them playing baseball for no reason, bitch,
It's
that's the
everything.
flavor.
That's the
Period.
flavor.
That's Saoko, papi.
That's the umami of this movie.
Yes.
Oh, it's delicious.
Chicken
And we
dices.
Saoko, papi, Saoko. And we get to the rec center, or whatever it is.
we're having a social.
Social, thank you. We see Bill going around, kind of perving around on all the girls because he's trying to get them to go skinny dipping.
Yes, he is.
And
Crazy
he's-
things happen at camp.
And I think Bill is the most like homo repressed one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, no, literally, because we're at the social. There's a couple of fuckheads here.
Also,
Oh,
his
yeah.
wang is out too, just like Ronnie's.
No, his dick is
Yeah.
out. I can see the head of his penis through his shorts.
100%.
I want that to be said. I want that on the record. His wang is present.
It's swanging.
Uncut.
Uncut, babe.
Uncut.
Heard it here first.
So he's like, come skinny dipping with us, and the guy's
Uh-huh.
like, no, and
Yeah.
he's like, fine, we'll have fun without you. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets so fucking naked.
Yeah.
So
And then they walk away and start snapping.
no, they literally they all run and
Becomes
jump into the
West
thing
Side.
together. They're like, ooh.
And he's encouraging mullet kid and blonde kid to go and ask Angela to go skinny dipping. And I love this part because
It's perfect.
they're like, I don't want to go talk to Angela. I've been watching her all week and she is seriously fucked up.
She's fucked up.
She minds her own business so hard.
That's the thing. Everyone's so
quiet.
bothered by this girl
She has
who
done
does
nothing.
nothing.
Literally
She does nothing.
nothing.
She hasn't spoken
No,
a
she's
word.
shy.
And
She's
he
shy.
goes up to her and he gives one of my favorite lines. He goes, "Yo, Angela, how come you're so
So
fucked
fucked
up?"
up.
like a New York cabbie.
Yes.
I wish he had a cigarette in his
Jersey
hand.
Shore. It was Jersey Shore.
Yo, Angela, why you so fucked up?
Yeah.
Love it.
It's so good. And apparently, the actress who plays Angela, like, was trying so fucking hard not to laugh.
That's
How
cute.
could you not
She
laugh?
said this was her most memorable day on the set. This is the one she remembers most vividly.
Aw.
Is these two being like such doofuses.
They are such
Being Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. And every time he
Being
said, "How come
Kenny
you're
and
so
the blonde one.
literally?" And
Just
he,
laughing.
and he's like, and every time that he said, "How come you're so fucked up?" she laughed, and they had to like retake.
How
That's
could you
so
not?
valid.
Yeah.
But then, guys,
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Ricky comes in. He's wearing his cowboy hat.
Yes!
Ricky busts in like these are fucking saloon doors in their biggest cowboy hat.
The
large.
biggest.
It's like white too. It's
Comically
like a white
large
creme.
white does not go with anything he's wearing.
No.
It's amazing.
But
It's perfect.
sometimes fashion, you need to make a statement.
And
And
he
a
did.
choice, and he made a choice.
He was
he-
brave
and
and
he
he was
committed to
bold.
it.
Choices.
And no, I
Suzanne?
respect the choice. I may not
Yeah.
respect the outfit,
But I
Ooh.
respect
but I
the
respect
choice.
his choice and the ambition.
I do.
So-
Every time I see him walk in and with that hat on this movie, I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it's
Ricky.
also
It's
unequivocally perfect.
so inconsequential too. There's nothing that leads to it. It goes away and has never come back.
Suzanne and I yesterday, we were talking about this, and she goes, "That hat is begging to get knocked off."
Yeah. And apparently the director
rim
insisted. He like the kid who plays Ricky was like, I don't want to wear the hat. It's stupid. And he was like, you're wearing the hat.
You're wearing it.
I bought you this fucking
You're
hat.
serving cunt
Louis
today.
Vuitton
will serve
Gucci
that.
collab hat. That's where all the money from my inheritance went.
It's
There is
so
a
good.
photo available on Google Images.
Please,
Of the hat?
everyone
Of him
listening.
in the hat, yeah.
Everyone
God.
listening, I'm begging you to please Google what
Yeah.
this hat looks like,
It's-
because what you're imagining isn't good. He is
No.
Doug Dimmadome in this hat.
Doug Dimmadome! No, look at it.
How come they didn't give Paul a hat?
What is his shirt
Paul's not
say?
there. Paul's not
Converse
there.
All-Star. Like, it does not... It's like a straw bamboo hat
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
with like a band across it. It's amazing.
It's
It's
so
so brave.
So
it's
he
so
busts
courageous.
into the saloon.
The
He busts
so
He comes on in right as he sees them being like, why are you so fucked up? And so he starts defending Angela. Love Ricky popping off. He calls them fucks.
Yeah.
He calls them fucks, and I love it. And his voice goes up an octave every time he yells. So he's like, "I'm Ricky. What are you guys doing?"
You shut your fucking asses! What the
Period.
fuck?
Oh my god.
Puberty is real.
Yeah.
It is real. It is
Yeah.
real in these boys.
I like that he's screaming so much his eyes closed.
Every
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's bursting out of him, and he goes on so many like profane
Rants.
Yeah.
rants. It's the rants in this, because Mel also, we're gonna get to it, goes on rants
Yes.
that are crazy.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Robert Hiltzik said, if you want a monologue, just
Do
fucking
it.
go for it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just
Yeah.
go for
But
it.
stare straight dead into the barrel of the camera and monologue.
And that's what this is.
That's what this
And
is.
that's-
So they get in another boy pile fight.
Uh-huh. And Mel breaks it up. Paul goes and he sits next to Angela. And this is the first time anyone has been kind to Angela this whole movie. He tries to make small talk with her. He says, I'm sorry for what happened to your family back in the day. And he's,
knows
you
what's
know,
going
he's
on.
being sweet. All the while, Judy is just giving the cuntiest glare.
Oh, daggers.
Oh my god, that
See, we can do
eyebrow.
it really good.
God.
Purse
smolder,
pursed
too.
lips.
Like,
Yeah,
ooh.
she like will purse her
smizing.
lips. She leans with like her cheekbone.
Cheekbone.
She raises it up and she like glares.
She's giving a nasty little side eye.
And
I
letting
love
everybody
it.
know that she can only be the hottie at camp.
Yeah, I'm
She's
getting
got
this
every
vibe
man.
that maybe she doesn't really like Angela, but I can't tell.
Weird.
Paul says goodnight to her, and she finally speaks. She goes, good night.
In this sweet little voice too. Good night.
Yeah.
And then like afterwards she like looks like,
And he goes, "Good night."
Good night. And Judy looks pissed.
Judy is not happy.
Host, stay
Which
mad.
it's like, I'm sorry,
Host
does she
statement.
want Paul?
she just
she
doesn't
does.
want Angela to have Paul.
She wants what she can't have, and that's Paul.
And that's, yes, that is very much her vibe.
And that's
That's her
Judy.
MO.
Yeah.
That's Judy.
Classic
That's Judy,
Judy.
for you.
Judy.
She's so toxic. She's just like
Judy.
me in college.
She
She wants what
just-
she can't have.
Wants-
We've all been Judy.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
you're good.
I need to take my Lexapro.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Understandable.
So sorry,
Understandable.
continue.
And the boys are all trying to get the girls again to skinny dip. And they refuse. And you know, how we talked about it already.
We strip.
Bill is like, well, to hell with ya. Come on, boys, let's get our dicks out. Like, basically.
And they do.
And they do at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
There and
We see
any
some
reason
butts.
to.
We see lots
No,
of
there's
booty.
so much ass in this movie.
Yeah.
Congrats.
A lot of
Congrats.
booty.
The first time when they're
Aggressive.
doing when he butt smacks into the ass.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we get bare ass in this movie, and then I get so much more later. I was like, oh.
And these are the older boys, so I feel like, okay, I can look.
I'm okay to look at this. If it was Aaron, they'd be like, oh no.
They're all like 45.
They're all 40 years old, correct?
And we see Kenny and his blonde friend smoke a doobie. I love these two. They're being shitheads to the girls. First of all, that group of girls, I love that tall redhead girl with the little fro.
I do too.
Oh,
I want to know
She
her
really-
story.
Why
She's
have
in
we
this
talked
one
about her?
shot.
we don't get anything else from her. She
She's
just
literally
paid,
Orphan
served,
Annie
and
on a
left.
growth spurt. Like,
She clocked in.
She minded her business, we know that, because she
Period.
makes it.
she did. She makes it out.
She wasn't being something to Angela. We'll get
Logan.
there. She wasn't making statements on Angela. Let's say that.
No, she kept Angela's name out of her fucking
She did.
mouth.
She
She
knew what
minded
to
her
do.
business.
Period.
With her little Ice Spice wig.
I can't believe Ice Spice is in this movie.
No, literally, I was like, Ice Spice wig! Ice Spice hair!
it's Ice Spice, oh my god.
And Kenny is trying to get someone to go out on the boat with them.
On the canoe.
They're trying to prank these girls.
Yes,
They're
they
trying
are.
to fuck with these girls. The girls are not buying
And they
it.
don't got it like that.
But
They
they
don't.
give up, they offer up Leslie as tribute.
They do.
They're like, Leslie will be down for it. They're in the boat. Leslie's not down
Leslie's
for it.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's like, what are we doing? I don't want to be here. And they're
There's
like,
a lot of girls on boats
He's
that
like,
don't want to be
"Ooh."
on boats in this.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
oh, don't put your hands in the water. There's snapping
Oh.
turtles and water
And
snakes
water
that bite you.
Snakes just fucking with her. And he flips the boat to
Like
be a
a
little
schemer.
shit, little
He is
schemer.
the little schemer.
And she's pissed.
She's like, fuck you. Oh, you're an asshole. And she swims away. And
She does execute a perfect free stroke.
Free stroke. Freestyle.
She knows
Yeah.
how to swim.
Olympic swimmer.
She is.
Okay.
That's actually Lily King.
Yes. This was her before.
Sorry, God.
She went in the witness protection program after this movie.
She did. She re-enrolled in college. Now she's in the Olympics.
And now she's in the Olympics. He gets under, I love this scene. He gets under the boat and he's listening to the echo of his voice and he goes, hey, Bob-a-ree Bob.
He's like,
Bob-a-ree
yes,
Bob.
testing the acoustics.
Yes.
And woman goes, hey. This
Hey,
And he's
Bob-a-ree
like
Bob.
moving his
Bob-a-ree
head
Bob.
both ways too to like really test it
I
out.
love
It's
it.
great. And the killer pops up and drowns him.
And he goes like his mouth turns to like a circle
Oh.
before he goes down.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, literally, and then you like hear all the water and everything.
Yeah.
And then what, bitch?
And then the other boys are like, where's Kenny? Oh, whatever, fuck him. They all take the lawn chairs and throw them into the lake.
Because they're little schemers, little schemers.
Because they are little schemers. They really, like, they're so rude for no reason.
Douchebags. Douchebags.
Also in camp politics,
And then
that's just not how that works.
No,
No.
I'd be pissed off if I was
The
your
camp counselors
counselor.
would just make you go pick it up.
well, there's this counselor the next morning who is like fed the fuck up.
He's like,
He's
red
all-
level
oh my
upset.
god! Who put this
this
chair
mess.
in there? Who the hell put that there?
He
so
sees the
pissed.
boat.
Shouldn't Mel get his fat ass down here and do something about it? Turns the boat over. Kenny's body, dead as fuck. Water snake coming out of the mouth.
And this
Now-
is like a really good like practical effect.
I
No, I
agree.
was,
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
gagged.
thinking
I can't lie. When that snake came out, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I liked his
But
big,
I will
scary
tell
eyes.
you, the special effects guy was not happy with this body, which I think is crazy.
I saw that in the documentary. I was
I
like,
think it looks
pat
great.
yourself on the back, guy, because you did an amazing job.
It
You were
held
the
up
best
all these
part.
years later.
It got compromised, but he
Yeah.
made it work.
He did. The guy who did it, he was like, I don't want to do a live cast. And he was like wiggling around in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I think it looks great.
I
It
think it
scared
looks
me.
really
Oh,
good.
Why did Kenny deserve the live cast out of everybody?
I know.
I mean,
this
like,
mullet.
it's an artistic choice. The mullet.
The mullet.
The
It's
mullet
because of the
was in it.
mullet. They had the
Yeah.
mullet wig.
They knew it was gonna come
They
back.
had the mullet wig. And the cops come and
Mustache cop.
worst actor of ever in the history of
Oh,
Okay,
cinema.
my.
something so important to me is that his mustache in this scene is real. When he shows up
Uh-huh.
later, his mustache is
Fake
fake.
mustache.
It's
Sir, you
tough.
had a real one.
Well, they needed him for reshoots, but he had already got cast another role, and they had to shave his face. So
Really?
they put on the fakest mustache in the
I
history of
mean,
cinema.
They were out of money.
I mean,
they were
The
out.
budget went to the special effects, not to the mustache.
Yeah.
Sure,
Period.
they
And so-
they cut off some girl's hair and nail glued that to his face.
No, and it came from like a Halloween store bag.
100%
Sherlock
shiny.
Holmes mustache.
Powder it.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a terrible actor, and he's saying lines weird. I don't even know. My brain started to like zone out during this part, but
Not that important. He's dead.
yeah. And Mel's covering it up.
Yes,
of
he's like,
course.
don't tell anyone.
Publicity, bad publicity.
Hush,
Da 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 da.
It was an accident. Blah,
It was
blah,
an
blah.
accident.
Whoopsies, he's bad at swimming.
And Ronnie, our favorite counselor,
Slay.
goes up to the cop, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know, I do remember that kid was a pretty good damn swimmer. So something's not."
Yeah, something is amiss at Camp Arawak.
Get a great scene. The girls playing volleyball. Judy's got her shirt on.
She's got her
What does
side
Judy's
pony.
shirt say?
Wait, what's her name again? Oh, don't worry. It's on her shirt.
Don't
Judy.
Capital
shirt says
letters,
Judy. Her shirt says Judy.
J-U-D-Y, Judy.
And this is
It's in, like,
one
Comic
of
Sans
my
font.
favorite line deliveries.
Oh my god.
Oh
this
my
shirt.
god. Do you want to do a dramatic
I was
interpretation
gonna
for
hope
us,
that you
Stevie?
would. I was
So the girls are playing,
Paul comes up and sits next to Angela, who's on the sidelines.
And they're being cute.
and
Judy looks over.
Judy says, "How come Angela gets to sit and talk to the boys all day while we have to play volleyball?"
I just really need to reiterate to everyone, that is a perfect impression
No,
of what
it is.
No,
so
Stevie
good.
can do the Judy face really good too.
You really did like the eyebrow for me.
We need to put that on the Instagram or something.
You
That's
do.
perfect.
1000%.
So she's mad. She's like volleyball and causes Meg to bitch out Angela.
Yeah, because they're besties.
She goes, "You're not a goddamn prima donna, Angela."
Ooh.
What is
But
her
that
beef?
nice counselor girl we
The
like,
complaint department.
complaint department, she tells Nick to like chill.
Yeah, relax.
Literally.
Like, because again, who cares?
Yeah.
There.
Meg,
Leave
you are not
Paul
getting paid
alone.
enough.
Meg
You are not
cares.
getting paid enough, Meg.
Like, Meg, who cares?
Oh
What
my
am I
God.
supposed to worry about?
I'm so sorry. I meant to mention this earlier. Something else about Meg. I hate this bitch so much.
Hate her.
She wants to fuck Mel.
Oh, we'll get into
And that
that.
happens at the socials, the first little taste we get of that.
Yes, we kind of see them in the background
And then he does
flirting
like
with
the
each other.
eyebrows of like, oh.
Where she like comes and
Yeah.
whispers in his ear.
He I noticed in the mess
I'm
hall,
still
he
really-
kind of smacks her ass.
He
a little
gooses
bit.
her?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ew!
He's nasty.
So we already hate, like, we've had enough to hate Meg, and she is just belligerent with this. Like, she is
bullying.
Yeah,
she's
mean.
bullying
She's
her.
a mean girl. I think she's worse than Judy, 100%.
1,000%.
Because at least Judy serves cunt.
Meg's just annoying.
Yeah.
What does Meg bring to the table?
Nothing.
Apart
A bad
from
haircut.
Blasphemy.
Yeah.
A
A
bad
side
haircut
pony.
And, like,
bad attitude.
Bad attitude and like weird
Oh.
daddy issues.
You
Like,
heard it here first.
Yeah.
My Tinder bio.
Hate
Bad daddy
Meg.
issues.
So she's hating. She's hating.
I'm
my
sure the
best-
actress is lovely.
Yeah, the actress. Hey, I know that you're listening.
I'm sure you're a good girl.
Meg, I know you're listening.
Yeah.
We love you.
Then Paul, that night, is walking with Angela. And he kisses her without her consent.
She is blank face.
And the music goes. And then he kisses her again.
Her eyes are open. Her face is blank.
She's
and
not
you
moving.
Hear the noise of like, and it's just so
Horribly awkward.
yes.
She is not into it.
No, and Paul, like, this is where I'm starting to not like Paul.
Yeah, I'm starting
He's
to
pushing it.
turn around on Paul.
He's actually maybe number one fuckboy of all time.
No, he's pushy for sure.
Yeah, and we'll
He's
get
like,
there.
"Are you mad at me?"
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I have to go."
Yeah. He's on my shit list.
He's
as
on my
of
shit list.
Now.
Period.
We get back to the younger boys' cabin, which is always a good time. They're pranking Mozart again.
He can't leave
Poor
this boy.
guy.
It's the old put the whipped cream on the palm of your hand, tickle
Oh,
you,
he's
Take your face
Right,
by sleeping.
so you wake up and you get whipped cream everywhere.
Classic.
But then Mozart has a crazy reaction.
He pulls out a knife.
He goes, "I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!" And he has like this, yeah. It's like,
You fucking know
It's
he was like the next time they do this
I don't
shit,
know if this
I'ma
was
whip
supposed
it
to be
out.
what
like-
about my knife,
I
bitch?
don't know if this was so it could be like a fake out.
I think
Yeah.
yes, and I think it also plants the knife for later.
Yeah, it's Chekhov's knife.
It's Chekhov's knife.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is Chekhov's knife.
And
He pulls a knife on him and it gets confiscated by the head counselor.
yeah, because they get in trouble. Yeah. Then we get Paul they're like kind of at the bleachers by the beach where like they're swimming. I guess they don't have.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have like a pool.
Everybody was swimming in the lake.
In the
and,
lake.
And Angela is sitting fully clothed on the bench.
Because she does not participate.
No, her father was killed in that
Here
lake.
for vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Here for fucking goddamn vibes.
And we understand. And Paul comes up behind her, covers her eyes. "Oh, who are you?" First of all, what's Angela's voice?
Oh my god, I know.
Is it like kind of like nasal?
She's
a
so
little
not
bit?
used to speaking that it's like
Yeah, it's different every
it's
time.
phlegm.
It's
It's,
a
just a
little
phlegm
phlegmy,
buildup.
yeah.
It's phlegmy.
Oh, at one point she says, "I thought you were the killer."
I thought you were the color. Yeah. Burt Reynolds.
Who are you?
How are you? And Judy gets jealous.
Obvi.
She calls them like the lovebirds or something.
Oh,
look at
how
you.
the love bird.
Literally.
She's in a cunty one piece though. I can't be mad
I
at
love
her.
this bathing suit.
It's
the
so
most
cute.
80s bathing suit I've ever seen. She goes and has Meg yell at Angela. And this is when Meg goes completely
She
ballistic.
pops
It's like, girl.
I literally have
This is like
written
the moment where
down.
I'm like, girl, it's your turn.
I said,
Yeah.
"Thank
You better be
freak."
next because
Your
I'm
turn.
over this.
Period.
She's
Thank you.
crazy. She shakes her.
Shaking her, "Say something, Angela!"
She like loses it.
God.
And somebody's come get her off of
Like
Angela.
she's gonna keep
Yeah.
on shaking.
No, there was no end in sight. To that
And she
shaking.
gets in trouble with Ronnie for this.
She does.
He's like, "Oh my God, Meg, like,
Okay,
What is
crazy
wrong with
bitch.
you?
like you need to pull
Like
it
I've
together."
been saying, if she's not doing anything, who cares? Let her
Just
not do
let
anything.
This
Her
is
be.
literally a camp counselor's dream is to be like, you don't want to do anything except for be
We made a
good.
career off of this.
We absolutely.
You're my
We-
favorite camper.
No, literally.
Who's your
I
favorite?
guess-
Angela?
Shout out to
Angela.
She doesn't
It's
do shit.
Angela.
She doesn't
Angela and I
bother
would be
me.
trauma dumping.
Literally.
on each other in the corner.
Loved the Angelas of camp.
I did. I was like,
The
you
girls
sit
who
next to
sit
me.
in color,
The girls who make
They
friendship
should have
bracelets.
given her crafts.
You want to color?
Give my girl a craft.
This is what I
Not a
kinda-
tie-dye shirt
yeah.
in sight.
No, I realized that on this rewatch is that if she had tried to express herself
Stim toy.
creatively,
Yeah.
it could have been really good for her like psyche.
This is like so beautiful. This
But then we wouldn't have had this
now.
kill count. Spoiler.
Yeah, in case you haven't already guessed, it's obvious on this story.
Okay, we're going. We're on the bus, we're going.
So Judy, they're in the cabin with Judy, and Angela's doing her staring thing, and
Classic.
Judy starts bitching her out.
As per norm.
This is a good Judy scene. She goes, "Hey, Angela, how come you don't take showers when the rest of us do? What are you, queer or something?"
Well, sort of, kind of.
Well, yes. And she goes, "She's a real carpenter's dream. Flat as a board and needs a screw."
Oh my god.
And then nameless nice counselor is like, Judy, you fucking cunt.
Slaps her.
Right across the fucking face!
And then puts her hand over her mouth like,
"Oh, I slapped you."
oh my god.
Literally.
It was iconic though.
Not
Yeah.
so
She
much
kinda needed it.
pushed
And
the
Judy didn't
nice
give a fuck.
counselor.
Judy could have taken a couple more slaps.
No, because
Judy
she
wanted
said
it.
Judy stop, and Judy goes, fuck you.
Yeah!
So good.
Yeah. Again.
Oh,
Karen
so iconic.
feels
Queen
everybody.
Queen
Oh,
Judy.
yes.
And then Angela decides to go for a walk.
Yep.
Minding her business yet
And she
again.
gets water balloons thrown at her by the boys.
By
This shit had older boys.
On the roof.
What are they doing?
Why? Oh,
They're being
And
gay
she-
on the roof.
They're being gay on the roof.
Gay!
They're being gay on
They're
the
being
roof.
And she
shirtless
just
and wet on
sits
the roof.
down.
She just
Yeah.
sits on the
She's like-
ground.
And she
Likes
doesn't
herself on the
sit
ground.
like crisscross applesauce. She just like falls.
Just kind of falls.
Literally collapses onto her knees and waits for Ricky.
She can't catch a break.
And Ricky does come, and he says the perfect line, and I've been waiting all my life to say it.
If
And
you would.
it's, I'll kick your freaking asses all over this goddamn camp, you
fucks.
Gossipers!
Sir, why did you say freaking? And
But
then
then
call
fucks.
them fucks after
No, kick your freaking asses!
all over this goddamn camp, you
In
fucks.
his octave.
Cocksuckers. Pricks.
It's perfect.
It's perfect to me.
Ricky
literally think
delivers
it
some
constantly.
bangers. Ricky delivers
Dude,
some
right.
bangers.
Ricky is the backbone of this movie. Like, I'm in it to win
Oh,
it for Judy.
he's got Angela's back, and he's
He
got this
is
movie's back.
He's got this
Atlas,
movie's back.
Angela is the Earth.
Correct.
Yes.
And he's holding her up.
Analogy.
Not Greek mythology.
Sorry, just felt the need to slay right now. Go ahead.
As you should.
Thank you.
As we constantly do.
Mel comes out, decides to do his job for the first time.
Crazy. Smoking a cigar.
Always.
Constantly.
Sometimes he has a
Jesus.
clipboard.
Well, he's smoking a
Sometimes
cigar then too.
and then the cigar. And he yells at both parties involved because he's like, "You guys don't stop throwing water balloons. Ricky, you're potty mouth."
Yeah.
Ugh.
He just
Angela,
doesn't
you
like
fucking bitch. You ruined everything.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. It
Pretty
counts.
much. Fuck Angela, right?
Fuck Angela for just being quiet.
This is a shout out to the Angelas of the world.
Mm.
I've seen by this podcast.
Angelas of the world, I fucking love you.
Period.
Yeah.
I love you.
And I've always said that.
And I've always said that.
Bill takes his friends back to go to the cabin. He says, "I'll meet up with you guys later. Gotta go take a wicked dump."
Wicked dump.
Ew.
You know when you go to your buds and you're like, just gotta go take a wicked dump
Gotta take a wicked dump.
in
That's
my
how I know
crop
the
top
devil.
and shorty shorts as I read this magazine.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't need to know. You could have just said you have to go to the bathroom.
He makes a meal out of it too. He like walks in the stall, like slams the door, and like you watch him like
And it's
his
like-
shorts at the ground underneath the
He
stall.
goes to the isolated cabin for this dump because he knows it's gonna be a doozy. Like, he wants it like there can
He's
be
like,
no.
I don't want anyone within miles.
Yeah,
of this
literally.
one.
This wicked
I mean, I
dump.
relate because I like to poop in private too.
I do too.
Okay, so you see Bill.
No,
in
I
this
see,
moment.
I feel seen by Bill, unfortunately for me,
Okay.
because he does have to eat shit
But
to live.
unfortunately so.
Yeah.
Especially because something bad happens to Bill.
Oh my.
And someone.
Cuts
Comes up.
open the like net window.
Well, they jam. First, you see someone jam the door. Like,
yeah, you see them put a broomstick through the door.
broomstick
With
through
like in the
door.
handles.
Yeah.
There's still a gap under the stall.
I thought that the first time I watched it, and I've never forgotten it. Slide on. I mean, the
No,
floor's
you
gross,
know what?
but just
Nobody
slide
can be
under the
perfect,
gap.
all
Maybe
right?
he's too beefed up.
That's your problem. Is now you are the people who are being judgy.
That's
and
right.
you
We're
know
Judy.
what? People who are judgy get bees to the face, bitch.
Yeah, because the killer, they're holding Mozart's knife. stabs through that screen thing.
At like the top of the stall.
And he's like, what are you doing? What are you... Oh! And they drop a beehive on him.
The bees, shout out to the bees, their acting was so goddamn good. Shout out to the bees. And it's literally the audio is...
They're all part of the union, too. They're part of the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah, they're part of SAG-AFTRA, for sure.
Yeah, they're part of SAG-AFTRA, no
Screen
question.
Actors Bees, SAG.
Screen Actors Bees. The
All
Screen
ethically
Bees
done.
Guild.
They got their SAB cards. Yeah, and they're the most poisonous bees in the world because he...
And there's 6,000 of them.
Killer bees.
And they all stung him.
And they all stung him.
Every single one.
He must have been allergic. But they do have this wicked scene where they have like a face fall out of the thing and there's bees all over it. And I was like, ew.
No, it's everything. And the bees like crawling all over it. You're like, oh my god.
I'm pretty sure some of the gore is like raspberries.
Oh my god.
1,000%.
It must be.
It's gotta be.
Chunky.
It must be.
I'm pretty sure there's
my
like
God.
a full raspberry
just exposed.
like on his arm.
Okay, here's the thing. They did an HD remaster of this movie, which they never should have done because
Never.
there's so many things in it that I'm like...
There's a scene in particular
There's
soon
a scene in particular soon
that does not...
It doesn't work well for it.
work
It's coming up
well
hot,
with
too.
the remaster. And Mel again pissed. Publicity. What could
Mel's
this
like,
mean for
damn,
the
all these
camp?
kids keep fucking dying. This is terrible for my PR.
For my PR. And he also says, oh, I know who the killer is.
This is his first monologue.
I know who the killer is.
And I'm gonna get him.
And I'm gonna get him.
He's doing this to me. I'm gonna get him.
This is personal.
And nobody's there with him. He's saying this to
To himself.
To nobody.
Like, Ronnie's there, but Ronnie is not listening.
He's not
Ronnie's
He's used to
vibing.
this.
Ronnie
Vibing.
is literally here for the vibes.
Head empty, no thoughts.
Period. Himbo himself.
Behind
He's
that
a himbo.
pretty head
Period.
of hair.
That
Wang.
juiced arms.
Yes.
Juiced.
So he's like, I'm gonna go get the killer.
And later, Angela is out by the cabin at night. We get that Halloween homage.
We do.
Killer comes up behind her, but it's Paul.
It's Paul.
It's just Paul.
It's
being
just Paul.
silly and goofy little
And
skeezer.
this is again where she goes, I thought you were the killer.
I thought you were the killer.
So flummy.
Yeah.
It's like she can't close her mouth now that she's opened it. It's like she kept it closed because she could never
Or like
close
when
it
you
again.
don't speak for a long time and your lips like seal
Stick
together,
together.
a little bit.
Mm.
Like she kind of should have like, Mama made me miss my hand. She kind of should have like done a couple riffs before
do a little riff. Do a little vocal
Exactly.
warm up.
Red leather,
Angela.
yellow leather.
Yeah. Unique
Red-
New York.
red-
Put a cork in it.
Literally. It will do wonders
is it?
for enunciation.
Red, yellow buggy bumpers or something like that. What is that one?
Yellow
We
baby
always-
buggy bumpers.
Oh, I didn't do that. I did Mama Made Me Mash My M&Ms. I did A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O,
Angela
P,
did
Q,
Put a
R, S,
cork
T,
in
U, V,
it.
X, Y, Z.
Angela did not.
Yeah, Angela and Paul go out to the beach. They start kissing. She gives him like a little like, oh, I'm gonna trip you off, flirty, da da
Oh
da
my
da.
God.
And it's actually cute, and the music
It
is
is.
like all
I know, it's
romantic.
wholesome.
Yeah. Until
And he starts trying to unbutton her shirt.
he starts feeling
Paul,
her up.
wow.
Paul, why
You
are
are
you
disgusting.
He
And
like
then-
shames her.
Yeah, she says no, and he's like, "Come on, Angela,
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
you liar."
This
He's-
is my favorite scene of the whole movie.
Great acting here
Literally, it like
by
brings a tear to my
Felissa
eye.
Rose.
Felissa
Yes.
Rose.
Is that her name?
That is her
Felissa is her
name.
name.
She goes completely dead eyes.
Period.
She starts to flash back in her mind back to this weird artsy scene.
It is.
It's like shot in like a black
Yes.
backdrop, like it's taking place in her mind.
In the inside
Like
of her skull.
Yeah, like we're witnessing a memory.
And it's spinning.
It's all spinning, and we see a bed with her dad in it, and he's making out with the handsome guy who was on the dock.
Another man.
Another man.
And the kids are like laughing.
The kids are kind of spying on them, and they're giggling.
Giggling.
Yeah.
Giggling away.
Yeah. And then we get the bed spinning, but this time it's Peter and Angela, young kids, in bed together, and they're like pointing at each other.
Yeah, like full arm extended
Peter is
pointing at each
pointing
other.
at Angela.
Peter points at Angela.
And she's like looking at it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a super intense scene out of nowhere.
It
but I
doesn't
do
fit in
love
this
it.
movie one bit, but I can't imagine this movie without it.
I can't imagine this movie without it either.
So her dad was gay.
Her dad
Confirmed.
is closeted too. That's the
Yeah.
important thing. Her dad is a
Confirmed.
closeted gay man.
Yeah.
Of all the confirmed gayness in this movie, this is the simple one.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like everything else is up in the air, but this here,
This
John
is the
Baker
first
is gay. John
of-
Baker gay.
Official.
Period.
John Baker. This is the first official, but many more will come.
Faggotry. On display. And so we cut back to Angela on the beach getting assaulted by Paul. She shoves him off and says no and runs away.
She like screams no.
As she should. Yeah, it was very triggering for her, clearly. The next day we get a breakdown of how to play Capture the Flag for no reason.
Oh my god, we get a full explanation.
Every single rule.
So, this is how you play Capture the Flag, kids. So you're gonna capture the flag, then you're gonna take the flag over here, then you're gonna take the flag over there, then whoever gets the flag, that's how you play Capture the Flag.
But
It's
also,
crazy.
it's so not like any kind of Capture the Flag I've ever played.
And it's like, honestly, it's like flag football that they're playing.
I
It's
know.
flag
They all
football.
have pennies, too. Like, they've all got the things in their shorts
Yeah.
for the different teams. And so, like, Judy wants to come up and be a bitch, but you're also, like, you have, like,
Girl,
tissue paper in your
you're
little
wearing
short skin.
Kleenex in your
Period.
shorts.
Girl,
Like,
don't talk to me till you have your name shirt on.
Yeah, exactly. Before you want
Bring
to
it
read.
back.
Before you want to read.
What if she came out and she had one in blue?
I would die.
That would have been everything.
She should have one in every
should get
color.
merch.
We would be Judy for Halloween. I would be pink. You would be blue. Or wait, no, I want to be blue. I would be blue. You would be pink.
Or
Babes, you're Martha.
Aunt Martha.
That's a
I would
compliment.
die.
Aunt Martha.
In this,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she, Paul confronts Angela,
ooh.
being like, "I'm sorry, Angela, but you know what I did wasn't even really that bad, right?" Just not learning his lesson. She kind of dishes him. She's like, "Whatever, fuck you, Paul." Judy comes up to Paul, and she goes, "I don't know why you keep bothering with her. She's so small." And he goes, "Well, what do you know, Judy?" And she goes, "I know a lot of things."
And then gives him like this
That-
through her eyelashes. Like, wink, wink.
That's
Stevie, can you do it?
seduction.
The
Oh my
smile,
god.
though.
Oh my god.
I knew a lot of
Paul.
I know,
Don't you want
He
this?
leaves. He runs out of there.
And Ricky comes up to Angela and is like, "Hey, can you help me sneak through the woods for Capture the Flag? I have this whole strategy, blah, blah, blah." They walk into the woods right on Judy and Paul making out.
SMH.
And she's like, "See, that wasn't so bad, was it?" And here's my thing, because we also heard her say earlier, "I didn't think Angela was your type." I think Judy knows somehow that Paul is closeted.
Ooh.
I think Paul's gay.
And it would make sense.
It would make sense.
It would make sense, and we'll get there later.
Slay.
Yeah. But I think Judy knows that everyone wants to sleep with her.
Period.
And so the boys that don't want to sleep with her,
That bugs her.
she's like, "I think you're gay."
He
Must
has
be
to be
gay.
gay.
Yeah. And I think Paul probably is and is
I
insecure
agree.
about that.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Because she like can play him like a bass.
Period.
Because every time she like kind of confronts him like that,
And that
he gets
phrase,
nervous. Yeah.
He also chooses
wasn't
the
that bad.
quietest girl at camp to be with. You know what I mean?
He did. And she's the flat-chested one.
Mm-hmm.
She's got that
Doesn't get
She's got those
in
sideburns.
the showers with all the girls.
interesting. We'll put a pin in that
Angela.
one. Angela runs away in tears because she has seen Judy and
Betrayal.
Paul making
The only
out.
person that's nice to her.
Yep. And Judy and Ricky like have a cunt off. And they're
They
like,
do!
"Fuck you, no fuck you, no fuck you."
No, it's everything.
Yeah. Then we get, and he leaves, we get this weird lingering on Judy serving face, but also giving like emotional tea. Like,
No.
She really is.
They were steady last year.
yeah. Like,
All
pretty
the
girls
guys
have
have
problems too. I think we
Yeah.
forget that. And
That's
that's what
really the
Judy reminds me
message.
of in this moment.
It's
Yeah.
tiring to serve fucking cunt constantly, and she's exhausted.
You know, and
Yeah.
think of how her
It's tough.
cheekbones and eyebrows must feel always leading every conversation.
Correct.
Like,
Always
she's
carrying.
They are
strange.
tired.
She's exhausted.
She's strange.
But yeah, I really like that lingering shot on Judy. I'm like, there's something there. Or they just weren't thinking, weren't paying attention when they edited it, and like
I
let
know,
the
and
shot
then
linger
we're
too
like, oh
long.
my god, she's so deep.
But it's
They
like,
just
oh, I
didn't
forgot to
stop
edit
it.
that part.
Smoking a cigar.
Smoking a cigar. The next day at the beach, Paul tries to apologize, but is interrupted by Judy.
As per norm.
And she goes, "I'm surprised you two are already talking to each other, especially after he told me what a prude you were." And Paul, like, is like,
He's gagged.
She
Yes,
said
yeah.
fuck you and got slapped by a counselor, but her saying prude is like, oh.
oh,
God.
she clocked that tea.
No,
She
1000%.
clocked that tea. Paul leaves embarrassed. And Judy gets Meg to help her
Throw Angela into the fucking lake.
Angela up.
Where her family
And Mel
died.
just lets it happen because Ricky tries to stop it.
And oh my
And
god,
he stops Ricky and is like shaking. He's like, I know it's you.
Yeah, he confronts
God.
He's got to put a
Ricky,
cigar down for a second. to
interrogating
confront
him,
Ricky.
grabbing on him really hard, not letting him go. Ronnie, the nice counselor, is the
King.
one that interferes just in time for Ricky to go save Angela.
He uses those big old muscles to pull her out.
But at that point, they
It's
have
too
already thrown
Yes.
Angela in the
And they
water.
get her out of
And
the
then, like-
water then. And these little kids start kicking sand at her.
I know.
Dude,
Little
what
brats.
did Angela do? Like, I need to know.
I know.
Oh, trust and believe everyone who crosses Angela will be dealt with.
Correct.
Period.
Trust, you will be dealt with. Period.
And the counselors that night get their assignments for the night. And we get a younger counselor named Eddie who gets assigned to take the younger kids out camping. He's like, fuck.
I don't want to do that. Hey, I've been there, bestie.
And we have been
I've been there, bestie.
there.
Sometimes they're like, you need to go do like toddler camp, and you're
Camp.
like, what
And
am
you're
I
like,
gonna do with the
literally
toddlers?
shoot me in the face.
Or they'll be
right
like, go
now.
to teen camp, and I'm like, fuck.
Ugh,
I'm
my
infinitely too enthusiastic to be with the
Or
teens.
no, the
They
teens
hate me.
hated us. Meg gets the night off, and she decides to ask old ass Mel on a date.
With
Ew.
his stank breath.
Disgusting.
You can tell his breath stank. I don't know how,
Oh.
but you can.
You know.
Well, those cigars, I'm
Oh,
sure
period.
aren't
And
helping.
those DSLs, they're holding so many secrets. Think of all the stuff that's held in there.
Those DSLs hold memories.
Oh, yes.
So there's a funny part where she goes to the shower and there's a huge line and she's like, don't think any of you will let me go next, right? And they all glare at her.
Glare.
They turn around in unison with the most early 80s hair I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life and glare daggers at me.
I wish Ice Spice had been there.
I wish
I
Ice Spice.
know.
That would have
I
been
miss
such a
Ice
good
Spice.
moment.
I
if
want to know
Ice
about
Spice
her
had been there.
story. What's her name?
And then, so she decides to go to the abandoned cabin and shower. And then we get a POV of the killer coming in with a knife and then
While she's
stabbing.
That's what I'm gonna say. Is she's like,
And what's
Not humming any song in particular,
No,
just
just-
humming.
and the way
Just vocal
she's showering. She's showering just by like getting water and like splashing it on
Yeah,
different
she
parts,
is.
and then like her hands are
it's her
always right by her
clavicle.
chin.
She had to make sure her clavicles
That's the cleanest clavicle I've ever
were
seen.
clean. And yeah, so we get this kind of like reverse take on the iconic shower scene from Psycho. Instead of pulling open the curtain, the killer stabs her through the like
It's like aluminum.
aluminum wall of the
Of
shower.
the shower. And she
And
acts
her
like,
back.
ee, ooh.
Wasn't buying it.
It's everything to me.
And then we see the killer use the shower to like rinse the water.
That is diabolical that the killer's like, murdered you, gotta clean the knife though, and turn the water off. We don't waste water.
We don't waste
here.
water. Yes.
Crazy.
I love it. I noticed that too. Paul, confronts Angela, begging her for forgiveness, saying that he's changed.
He's a different man though.
And so she invites him to the waterfront
Yeah, she
after
goes,
the social.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
meet
with
me at
her
the
New
waterfront.
Jersey accent, she
After
says
social.
waterfront.
The waterfront.
Meet me at the
Why are you
waterfront.
Harley Quinn?
And she
Thank
says
you.
it cunty.
She does.
You mean
Yeah,
the
and not
waterfront.
looking at him. She's like
Yeah.
looking away,
That's
thinking.
like an
social.
aside.
Yes.
To the middle of the amount of people looking aside in this movie is
It's a Shakespearean play.
it
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so then we get Eddie out camping with
Uh-huh.
the little ones.
Little kids.
And there's two kids, and I'm one of these little kids. Eddie, I want to go back.
This sucks.
This sucks, Eddie. Me
Can
too.
we please
Another
go
one's like,
back?
me too.
Me
Can we
too.
go back? This sucks.
I'm cold.
And then he's like,
This
you're a
sucks.
pain in my ass. You know that? They're like, please, Eddie, please.
This is the real camp experience.
This is real.
what camp is about, and it is
Yeah.
either you are complaining to the children or the children are complaining to you.
No, and
This
that's
is
beautiful
real.
because like I too relate with the kids, and it's beautiful that you guys relate with the counselors.
No, I relate to the kids too.
I feel like we're all seen here.
I feel like we're all
Because
seen.
I too want to go back. It's cold. Why are we in the woods when we have cabins?
I
What the
hate
fuck?
camping. No, you will never
we
catch
listen,
me.
we
at a
did day camp
campsite.
and we went on basically camp vacation where we went and did like stuff.
We did field trip camp.
We did
You
field
know
trip
what?
camp
And we're all so happy for you because some people don't get that experience, and
You
some
should.
people
Yeah.
fucking die at camp.
Some people get murdered.
No, it's true.
It's true. Hey, baby, that's true, but not to me.
So yeah, Eddie takes those kids back, those 2 kids, and he kind of looks over his shoulder. He's like, these kids will be fine here. These
Let's
other
leave the
kids."
toddlers in the woods.
Right.
Let's leave these children alone in the woods with a moiter on.
Very bad idea, because then, we see the
POV of a killer
Right.
walking up and picking up the hatchet.
The hatchet.
You know the director.
And then we cut to...
This is such a good scene, okay? Judy is with blonde kid making out in her cabin, and she goes,
Do you have to kiss so wet?
"You have to kiss so wet."
Your Judy is so good at transatlantic. It's
It's
everything.
impeccable.
It's perfect.
It is unrivaled.
Do you have to kiss so wet?
Mel goes looking for Meg.
And he comes into
She's not
Judy's
coming.
cabin. The boy hides under the bed.
Oh, been there.
And they're like, they have the lights off, and she holds up a magazine acting like, "Oh, I've just been reading." And he is like, "Oh, have you seen Meg?" She's like, "I think she was in the other cabin showering."
Yes.
He's like, "Okay, I'll go check there." Also, you shouldn't read in the dark. It's not good for your eyes.
Mel busted
Tea.
into the cabin.
He's kind of like, "Judy, what the fuck are you doing, bitch?"
I
But
literally.
he decides,
But he's
"No, I need to
missing
go."
his child bride who has
Yeah.
His child.
he has bigger fish
Where's
to
Meg?
fry.
I'm horny.
Yeah.
He literally. This is actually so important for the next scene. He talks like this. He's
Yeah,
down in.
that's
Where's
right.
Meg?
That's really it, though. That is the Mel voice.
He talks like that because the perfect line in this movie, the one, is coming in this next scene.
Yes, it is. And so Mel leaves, and Judy's blonde hookup guy gets up, and he's like, "I just want to go. I don't want to get caught." Again, somebody rejecting Judy. And she gives him this amazing death stare. It is like the Judy death stare. She looks like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Because it's also the lighting.
The
It's
lighting.
but she's just like...
Oh, she's fucking. What did
She
she call
is just
him?
dying to get fucked, and she's like, "I'm the hottest one here."
Everybody's
all
looking
These titties are out for
why
free.
why are all these boys gay at this camp? Fuck.
This is the gayest camp ever.
What does she call him? She calls him some name.
I don't remember, but I just remember
She
her
calls him like a
death
pussy or
stare.
something.
Yeah. So then we get the scene of Mel discovering Meg's body.
She first of all falls. Doesn't make any fucking sense how she falls up. She falls like, whoa, hands
all
first.
what? She was
What
like,
is this?
her
Rigor
body was
mortis
just
has set
levitating
in.
there.
He was standing straight up
Yeah.
until he came into the room.
Yeah.
And then he goes, not you, Meg.
Not you, Meg. Not
He
you,
eats that
Meg.
word. He eats it up. No.
It's that's his pastrami.
It's coming
Yeah.
back up.
On rye.
That's coming back
That
up.
he's eating it. And then he goes into another monologue alone.
Gotta stop him.
I gotta
Oh
stop.
my God.
He did this to get back.
He did this.
Again.
Oh my God.
Ricky
Oh,
also
Meg.
minding his business.
Ricky is just chilling.
Right. Also,
What
do
is
we
that
notice
mean?
how he keeps, his eyes keep lingering on her naked dead body?
1000%. 1000% because that's
He
his
was thinking
child.
about it.
He was.
He was thinking about it because he's evil.
He is.
That wound is made from wax.
Oh,
I
it looks
have
great.
beef with that wound.
What?
Not nearly as. I'm not trying to be one of those white people that's actually, but
Well,
but I'm like, did we get killer rinsing off body? Because that knife was drugged. We don't get anything on the ground. I don't know how long the cleaning process was. Is really my beef here because this is a
Barely got
very
a taste.
clean.
Yeah, what's the name of the
situation.
director? Robert.
Yeah.
Robert,
I
where
got
are the
questions.
raspberries, Robert?
Where are the
raspberry
raspberries?
fun.
He didn't
was
even
cut.
realize his movie was gay as fuck, so...
Yeah.
That's true.
Do
We
you
would
think
not get
he
a straight
knows
answer.
That he is gay as fuck? Do we think?
Well,
We should read his Wikipedia article
We
later.
should.
we should.
Yeah.
I was gonna get into that.
Okay.
So, Judy.
It's now curling her fried ass hair.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it got that way.
With
Yeah.
her
My
upper
bestie
lip.
girl's at 400 degrees, raw dog, and that hair going protected.
100%. And the killer comes in, and we're supposed to
This one's tough.
not. We're supposed to not be able to see who it is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
A
backlit.
shadowy figure walking in.
But because this movie's been remastered, and
We can see it clear as goddamn day.
it is Ricky in
It's
a
Ricky
wig.
In a wig.
In a wig.
In a wig.
So
Why
you're
not
like-
this cowboy hat?
Because you're supposed to be like, oh, is it Ricky? Is it Angela? It's
Ooh,
Ricky.
It's Ricky.
In a wig.
Which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
No. No.
Except Ricky's stale face, which I appreciate. He was dedicated.
he was giving
himself.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good.
I think it was supposed to be so that you wouldn't tell that it was.
Yeah, you couldn't
Angela.
see
Like an
from, her
ambiguous vibe. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get
But we have
Did
HD
not.
nowadays,
Yeah,
and
So it's like.
that's
wait.
Ricky.
That was dumb.
They
It's
should
funny.
unmaster it.
You should.
Well, I feel like I don't know.
They should just darken up that scene.
I feel like
Put it in
that's
low
on
definition.
the people who remastered it because you're not supposed to
Take away from the film.
take away from the film when you remaster something. So that's
Yeah.
on them, I think. But it is really funny that you can tell that it's Ricky.
It's just he's standing there.
And it's a Party City wig, too.
It's not a good wig.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Absolutely horrible. And Judy goes, "Oh, it's you. What do you want?" And the killer punches Judy out.
No, knocks her ass KO.
Yes. And she's like laying there and she starts to have like an orgasm.
She really does.
She is giving she's giving Mae West.
Yes.
Wow.
She is so sexually repressed. This poor girl.
She's horny this whole movie.
I know that was
She
like
has.
that was hot for her. She was waiting for somebody
She
to
was
punch her
like,
in the
I
face.
just discovered
Well,
something about myself.
actually, since she's so horny, that leads perfectly.
The killer.
This is tough.
This is tough.
This one's the
We
toughest.
see
one
in
for
shadow.
me.
We don't see it graphically because it was apparently too much, and they had to edit it. But we see the silhouetted shadow of the killer grabbing the curling iron,
Nice and spicy.
shoving up her poussoir.
Right up her poussoir! And the best part
And
is the
suffocating her
hand.
too.
Yeah, that claw.
The
The
only
hair.
thing you see is the shadow, and then her head go,
Traumatized
ah,
hand.
up in the air.
Yes, they stick straight up with her fingers like crackling with
Like a scary
pain.
witch.
And say it with me, y'all. Diva,
Diva
down.
Diva down.
This is probably the ultimate diva down.
No, she is the diva.
The
She is the
CEO of Diva
I'm putting her
Down.
on the Diva Star Walk of Fame. She's putting her little hands in the concrete. Like,
Diva so down.
Diva down. And
Diva
I'm gonna
underground.
Part of the
Honestly, you guys,
movie.
let's have a moment for Judy. Judy, we're going.
Yeah.
Judy
That's
Booty,
the
for banana for foodie. That's a
Exactly.
shout out American Horror Story.
I wish she had given me that
Um,
shirt in her will.
In this part of the movie, how are you feeling watching this? Like, is this how you wanted the Judy scene to, like, what?
Yeah,
what do
let's
you- how
let's
do
take
you-
a step away.
Yes.
I
Knowing
think
our love.
it is the perfect death for this character.
Oh my.
Yes.
Satisfying.
I
It is
agree.
satisfying.
I think thematically it makes sense. I think
Yeah.
She shuts her up with the pillow.
Yeah.
And then she gives her what she's been wanting, which is to get fucked.
Just to get
Period.
fucked.
Oh,
With her 400 degree, no heat protected hair curler.
and I mean,
Because she thought she had to put it at the highest temperature.
Yeah.
She does to make sure the
Yeah.
curls
to
stay.
maintain
But
the
it's like,
crunch.
no, girl, you're white. You just need to do like that medium setting up.
Yeah,
nose.
that's okay. Yeah,
Oh,
that
too
mane and
much.
tail. She's convinced it keeps her hair safe.
She was frizzle, frazzled. But
God, I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't
miss
want
her.
it any other way.
I'm gonna miss her.
And I'm gonna miss this bitch.
I am.
She was the
Fried.
ultimate diva down,
R.I.P.
and
R.I.P. to Judy.
R.I.P. to
R.I.P. to
our
the
icon.
transatlantic dame.
And
Absolutely.
then we get Eddie has arrived back to the little campsite, and all the campers
Oh.
been hacked up.
Murked.
Oh, and he cries and he vomits.
Yeah,
It is
that's
actually
really
one of the-
sad.
It is, and the director said when they made this movie, like, he was like, if I could go back and change something, I would change that scene. Because that was just a bummer.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer.
It's not fun.
It's not
Yeah, I was
fun.
like,
oh,
It's
there's
another
cathartic.
bit.
That's like really
And apparently
my critique.
they are supposed to be the kids
That
who
threw
were
sand.
throwing sand, but it's not made clear enough.
No. Everything about it is cathartic except for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is a hot take. But that's a really lame death for that vibe. Like, if they had made that more of like
Bury them alive in
a
sand.
thing, I
Thank
feel
you.
like just hacking them was like not it.
Yes, 100%.
It's off screen,
Camp
which I think
Arawak.
is
It's
the only
off screen.
justifiable thing,
Yeah.
but then it's still just kind of like, oh, that's
A bummer.
that's
I
a
think
bummer.
that
It's like when
we-
a dog dies in the movie. It's like,
Oh yeah.
But that's the
Yeah.
only bad part about this
No,
movie.
every other part
That's
of this
true.
movie is perfect.
Yeah.
I
There's
think we
nothing
could have
else
cut
bad.
the baseball
And
scene
it's
by
like-
5 minutes.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
no,
not.
I think
You
they should have
can't.
extended it
I
by
think-
5 minutes,
Did it.
actually.
I think that we should have
Extended
made it the length of a baseball game.
I apologize profusely.
And Ricky, our boy, gets snatched into the woods by Mel, who goes fully apeshit on
and
him.
beats the shit out of
And
him.
Two
beats
fists.
And then
him
I
nearly to death.
love this next part coming up because Mel then was like, oh, I have to go, like,
Tell everyone.
tell everyone or warn people, and he runs into the archery range,
Yep.
and he's like, oh, it can't be you. Not you.
Yeah, the killer's there with the bow and arrow.
The best The best effect is this bow.
This
and
looks
arrow.
great.
It's amazing.
It pierces him through the neck.
And it comes out the other side.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Apparently it's on a wire that like once this makes like contact, they pull the other one and it goes through. Like it's so good.
It's very well done.
It's
and,
so good.
We'll give props to the makeup artist, the special effects guy here. Slay. I'll put his name in like Siri voice here.
That's fun.
It'll be like
shout out to
Ed French.
He really ate.
He
like,
did.
I'm so glad that Mel is dead.
No, and this is another death I'm so happy for.
This is when you feel like you can breathe. You're like, everything else that happens, we're vibing.
Exactly.
We're vibing.
Yeah.
I needed that bitch dead and he's
pedophile
dead.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
Second pedophile down.
There's so listen, we're murdering pedophiles in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Justified.
And that cunt-ass bitch Meg, too.
That cunt-ass bitch Meg, too. M-E-G.
And some kids.
Bullies and pedophiles.
And some innocent children.
And some innocent children just having fun at the beach.
And then Mr. Cop arrives with the fakest mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Cinematographer.
So we get a close-up.
It took me out of it.
Paul is confronted by Angela on the beach.
In the waterfront.
Her hair looks crazy.
Yeah, it does. Her hair does look so
She
crazy.
says, let's go swimming. And he goes, well, what about our clothes? Take them off.
She's not looking at him. She's looking like into the middle distance to the side.
Giving her Angela blank face.
She's back. Unbuttoning her shirt.
Unbuttoning.
The cop, mustache guy, finds Ricky's body and he's alive. Thank God.
Thank God. Diva up.
Diva up.
Oh my God. Diva up. We're down one diva, we're up one.
Yes.
We broke even on divas this time.
The two nicey nice counselors that we like, Ronnie and whatever the fuck, go out on the beach. Mm-hmm. And we see Angela sitting there facing away from us. She's naked. She's cradling Paul in her arms. She's humming. Okay. They're like, Angela. Then we get
the twist.
Get a flashback.
She's back. She's back.
Aunt Martha.
Oh, Martha, thank God.
Martha herself.
Are you guys ready for another dramatic interpretation?
Yes,
please. Oh my God.
Aunt Martha is talking to, this is back
right after
their dad was killed in the boating accident, and they're going to live with Aunt Martha for the first time. She is talking to Angela, child Angela. Oh, you're going to enjoy living with us so much. Yes, I know you are. As a welcome home present, I bought you such wonderful new clothes. I just hope that Richard doesn't get jealous that I didn't get him anything. Oh, but then he is such a dear. I'm sure he won't mind. You see, I've always wanted a little girl. But of course, when my husband left. Oh, well, that's all. Water under the bridge, as I always say. It certainly will be a nice surprise when Richard comes home to find a little girl in the house. Yes, I've always dreamed of a little girl just like you. I mean, we already have a boy, so another one simply would not do. Oh, absolutely not. A little girl would be so much nicer. Don't you think so, Angela? Oh, Angela, such a lovely name. Why, I believe it means angel. Why, yes, I'm sure it does. I know you're going to like that name, won't you, Peter? Oh, and it's revealed. The camera pans around.
Oh my God.
We realize, yes, Peter, the boy, was the one who
with
survived.
a little head wrap on. His head is down.
Yeah,
Once
he's
we get
got
the
like
Peter
a
reveal, head goes up, and you're like,
head bandaging.
Shit.
Yeah.
Period.
Peter lived, and the real Angela died.
R.I.P.
So.
Dare I say diva down?
Diva definitely down.
Diva down. A young diva down.
And he has been forced by crazy Aunt Martha to live as the wrong gender.
Yeah. Angela.
So, Angela, in current time, stands up to face the counselors.
Wits around.
Paul's head rolls to the sand. Severed head.
Right.
Ronnie goes, oh my God, she's a boy. And Angela
goes...
Transphobic!
Uh-oh.
Which we'll get there.
Alert.
Now that we've revealed the twist here in just a second,
We're going to talk about it.
ramifications.
We're going to talk about it.
So, Ronnie says, "Oh my God, she's a boy." Angela gives that grin. It zooms out, and it's the creepy grin.
It is the craziest
Crazy grin.
screaming
Yeah.
face, eyes open, eyes to the side.
Because then she starts making like weird noises.
Yeah. And the breathing of just like.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, why are you making those noises? It's not like you're a
Also,
monster.
nobody's doing
Also-
anything. We're all
also-
standing.
Full nudity.
Oh, we
Yep.
see Wang. We
And
see A Wang.
she has a penis.
We
Love to see
reveal
it.
we
You
reveal
know
to
what
the
I always
penis.
say? A woman without a penis is like an angel without wings.
And that's
I've always said that.
I've always said that. And I've always said
Her
that.
name's Angela.
And her name's Angela. If she calls her an angel at the beginning, it's foreshadowing.
She does.
Oh my god.
Then it freeze frames, and we get the green spooky
Yeah,
filter.
so spooky and freaky.
And
That-
the end.
Oh, great movie. Great movie.
Great
Agree
movie.
wholeheartedly.
I love her.
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm very excited to talk about the ramifications of
Yes,
this
so,
movie. I'm very
okay,
excited
so let's
about
get
it.
into it. So, do we think that this is a harmful representation of trans? Or, what do we think?
I think the language, yes.
Ooh, yeah, the language is
it's
bad.
just outdated.
Yeah,
And
it's
also,
bad.
I mean, it was a time where it was the 80s. It was like, oh, I mean, think about it. Pretty Little Liars a few years
Yeah.
ago. They were big twist. The character's trans.
Yeah.
It's like,
Charles.
it's like, you know, I'm not going to fault something in the 80s for not, I'm not going to sit here and like
Yeah, not
critically
having-
analyze something from the 80s.
We have
and
to
be like,
examine
oh,
it in
it's
the
inappropriate.
context.
In the
Yeah.
context.
Even then, I
But still it's not
feel
great.
complicated about it.
Sure.
This one I think is more complicated because
Yeah.
the second one does this more idea of like, no, she is trans and
Exactly.
she wants to be trans.
She's living
This-
as a woman.
Yeah.
And this one's more like, so does she want to be trans or
Is she forced to be this?
So that's what I think. So I think if you look, and again, it's not ever explicitly said, so
No.
it's up to the viewer to form their own kind of like mind frame of it. But I like to view this as kind of a reverse flip on like what happens when you aren't supportive of your child's
Yes.
gender identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
kind of what I was thinking too.
she's kind of forcing him to be trans. Like it reminds me of how like conservative parents would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna force my trans
child?
child
Yes.
to be cis
Yes.
and not
That's
comply
fair, yeah.
with
You need to
their
act like a man.
pronouns and their identity and all that." And how damaging that can be
Yeah, to their
when
psyche.
when you're forced to live a lie. So I like to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Mind frame.
Agreed.
Yes.
That's fair.
I think that there can be a
A lot of interpretation.
yes.
Agreed.
I think that this movie can be viewed in a positive
But
way.
also,
by the way
I don't think it's really was the intention was never to be that
No,
deep because it was supposed to just be like
definitely
that's the twist.
Whoa, she's a boy. Like,
Which
that's
the twist adds
problematic.
nothing to the
Nothing.
to the plot.
She
it's
could
not
just
like a
be crazy from the crash.
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
same thing.
it could the twist could have just still been it was her the whole time actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But it was
mean,
like,
I
oh.
do appreciate that it's a shocking twist, but it
And
doesn't.
it's
Yeah.
not something you would ever think of ever. Like when you
Yeah.
think of what will the twist be, you're like, oh my god.
Especially
That
at the
was the thing. It
time.
was truly for shock value.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
that's like I don't think it was.
And when
I
you,
think the intention was not harmful, but it does kind of insinuate like
That
this
makes you
is
crazy.
scary and
Yeah.
this
That's the
person. Yeah,
thing.
you know what I mean. And like
which is how all media depicted transness.
especially at the
But
time.
but she's
In
not
that
depicted really as a villainous character. You feel
Agreed.
bad
No,
for
and
her.
I never feel like she's a villain.
That's the thing, and
Even
that's
at
why
the
I feel
end.
Sleepaway Camp too. You know she's the killer the whole
And
time.
that's-
And you
yeah,
still are watching.
and we'll get into Sleepaway Camp next week.
Oh my
but
God,
Sleepaway Camp 2 is like the trans empowerment movie. Of
Okay,
the
no,
80s.
100%. And
Yeah.
she's living her truth and she's living her vibe, and we're all like, fuck yes.
And
She's
fuck all
killing
those dirty
transphobic
little
people.
transphobic kids.
and
exactly.
that's what we learned.
She
in
gives
these
them a
movies.
chance. She gives
She
them a second.
does.
And they don't take it.
Yeah, they all misbehave.
Yeah, I like that's the thing is that Angela's never painted in a light. Like I know that they want us to be like she's kind of weird, but she's never painted in a villainous way, and that's why I feel like somewhere in his mind, Angela is the protagonist of this movie, and
I think Robert
yes,
Mr. Hiltzik.
does not realize
has some feelings. His
what
soul.
he created
Yes.
and how much it must project his psyche.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
And
Especially if this is the movie that you want to make right out of film school.
Yeah, period.
With your dead mom's money.
When dedicated to your dead mom, exactly.
doer.
A doer. A doer.
Doer.
This is what I think she's gonna do.
It's
Eh.
due.
It's
It's due, babe.
It's due.
So,
She's a
I
doer.
don't know. I think that the intent. I don't know that there was any intention besides shock value, but
Yeah.
I think that the reinterpretation now in a contemporary lens is that this is a movie that tells you about what repressing somebody's gender and true self can do.
100%.
And it's a movie that I think is pro-Angela, which is pro-trans.
And most people who are a fan of this movie are going to be queer.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's the other thing, too, because we did dabble on it earlier. It's such a gay movie.
It is.
You've got hot dudes making out. You've
Boy
got hot
pile.
dudes getting
Butts.
naked.
You got
Get
butts.
wet.
You got
Everywhere.
hot dudes like
Wrestling.
Water
wrestling.
balloons on a ceiling.
Crop
Yeah,
tops.
crop
With
tops,
titties out,
short
short
Hairy
shorts.
chests,
No,
titties.
no female nudity.
And
No.
no female nudity,
It
no...
subverts the male gaze.
No, in fact, anytime that a woman is sexual in this, it is either a predatory act or it is frowned upon.
So
Or it's the girl showering, just covering herself up and about to get killed.
I would like to invite.
Ooh.
I would like to invite Mr. Robert to just admit he's gay, maybe just a little bit. Okay?
Just a, no,
Basically,
I mean,
And it's
Let's
okay.
catch up.
And it's
What
okay.
are you? Queer?
Queer? Robert, are you queer or something?
Is your family accepting of your LGBTQ plus lifestyle?
Is your family accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle?
That is Sleepaway.
The sleepaway
Sleepaway
camp.
Camp.
We fucking did it.
We did it.
Oh my god,
A
this was
perfect
such
movie.
a journey. I agree. I
A
agree.
perfect movie.
It's so fun.
What's a little kid murder in the face of a perfect movie?
It's a perfect movie.
Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
It evens all out, and I could not be happier and more thrilled that you guys joined us on
I'm
this
happy to
week's
be
episode.
here.
I literally was
Yes.
like, you were like, come do the pod. And I was like, I'll come and sleep at your house right now. I'll sleep away camp at your house right now.
Yeah.
I'll be eating breakfast in the morning, like, what are we doing?
And I'll be Judy with my side pony.
I'll have my side pony in a scrunchy, big bang. Judy
Big
splashed
bang.
across the front. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, girl. What's up?
Just such a treat, and I appreciate you guys because you guys have always supported this pod.
Literally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm listening to the pod.
I know you are.
I'm listening to the pod. I'm tuning in. I'm screaming. We're all screaming. Let's
I've
go.
got like
Let's
$7 in my wallet. Do you want to take that as like a donation? Like for to continue the
Actually,
pod?
let's see
Oh
if
my
I
god, it's my
cash-
subscription
We're
for
good.
Patreon.
Wait, let's see if I have cash. This is my lucky duck wallet.
No,
Not
but
for
just
real.
I do.
but just tell your friends. Listen,
I will.
subscribe.
Oh,
And
going on the
I will
Instagram?
take this moment now. I said it last week, but we are trying to get this podcast monetized. And in order to do that, you need a certain amount of Spotify followers.
Got it.
following.
So you need to follow and leave a review on our Spotify.
Done.
Obviously, subscribe to the YouTube if that's how you listen as well. And definitely subscribe to our socials. But that's the most important way for us to be visible to more people.
Slay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, and we have really loved doing this podcast and want to continue it.
Yeah.
Yes, I've loved listening.
I can
So-
tell you guys have fun doing it. Every
We
single
do.
week. I can tell.
Yeah.
I can feel it through the podcast. I'm like, yeah,
It's
this is nice.
It's a fun highlight of the week.
I feel like I come and I sit down with my
Cute.
friends and I just stay silent while they talk.
Do you ever feel the need to murder anybody through an aluminum door after you film me? Oh, you do.
Constantly.
Oh.
Yeah, well, yes.
Hell yes.
Actually, I'm glad you asked. Yeah.
I do every day, constantly.
No, never. This podcast only brings me joy.
It brings me joy. Thank you for letting me be here.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you
Happy
so
to
much
be
for
here.
being here, you guys. And you guys are always welcome back.
Slay!
I'm gonna be here for
Whatever you want.
Can I say another movie now? What if we do Scooby Doo?
Oh.
What if we do it on 420? Because is it Mary Jane in that one? Or is she in the first one?
Oh, she is.
She's in. She's
Oh,
Isla
she
Fisher
is.
as Mary Jane.
Isla Fisher.
Yes,
That's
she
Isla
is.
Fisher?
Yeah, that's Isla
It's
Fisher.
Isla Fisher.
Anyways,
An early role.
what if we all get not you, she's a nurse. What if we all get super toasted?
Not you.
Literally, and just have the driest mouths.
I'll be the
Scooby-Doo.
DG.
I'll be the GG.
Period.
I think that's the perfect plan.
I love it.
Perfect plan.
Everybody, let's
Hey,
scream.
now you gotta do this in the future, you know? You have to
Yes.
listen for the future, you gotta subscribe, you gotta leave a review.
Stay
Period.
tuned
Stay
because we will be having you guys back.
Slay.
And next week, Stevie, we are going to be diving into your favorite
favorite.
horror movie, Sleepaway Camp 2.
I'm so
Unhappy
excited.
Campers.
Unhappy campers.
I am
It's
so
the best.
excited to hear that.
I can't wait
If
to
y'all have
listen.
not watched it, go watch it before the pod because it's.
You
You
want
can say it. You can say it's better than this movie.
It is. It is.
better
I,
than every movie.
I think it's it'll be
Speak
the
your
best
truth.
movie we've
I
ever
am,
discussed.
I'm
Okay,
a
well,
complex
thank
character.
you so much for joining us on the pod today.
Yes.
Hope you had a fun time with us today on Let's Scream.
Yes, at
and
Camp
had
Arawak.
A fun time, yeah, at Camp Arawak. Please remember to follow the pod, like the pod, and leave a glowing review of the pod.
Yes, and you can also send us movie requests for future episodes. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. All at Let's Scream Pod.
Perfect.
And you can follow me at Parker_Will_C on Instagram.
You can follow me at Stevie Nash 95.
Oh my god.
And where can they follow?
Oh my god!
You lovely lady.
I'm not ready. I don't even know my own Instagram name. I think it's Madeline with 2 E's at the end. Marie.
Okay.
That's me.
If not, we can insert the robot
yeah,
Siri voice.
Follow me. You can watch me post pictures of license plates and my cats.
That's what you do,
And
and
that's
they're
true.
always good.
And they're always
Always
good.
good.
I mean, you honestly can like find me at like the local Target.
You can find me in the bedding aisle of the
I
local
was about to say,
Target.
I frequent there. Maybe the CVS picking up my antidepressants.
Yeah, you can find me and my pharmacist RJ. Shout out.
Oh my god. You know what? Follow me on Tumblr. 7leafclover.tumblr.com.
Holy shit.
Hell
I
yeah.
just rebranded. So
Hell
please.
yeah.
Rebranded.
And I'm a movie
Rebranded.
girl. I'm a movie girl. Like,
That's
whenever
true.
I watch
This is-
something new, I like go through the tags and I reblog. So please.
Nice.
Hell the
I got
fuck yeah.
All right.
All right.
We hope you had a fun time with us. Until next time, this has been Let's Scream!
Bye.